In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission.
Mikey, what are you doing?
I'm doing the thing for the podcast.
It's not that hard, bud.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends podcast.
You know, it'd be really cool if we could just get a bunch of midgets naked doing complex math problems.
Oh, we'll get there.
On a chalkboard that's too tall.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
We want to talk about.
We're going to talk about
We want to talk about kink goals.
We're going to talk about
That's a kink goal.
Do they have to solve the problem correctly?
Well, they can't reach the chalkboard, so
I just want to get to the
Moot
point
point.
where I can ever dial a kink in that specific.
That's
That is
wildly
so
specific.
dialed.
You know how it can be that dialed though?
You've done a lot of shit.
when you're half
No.
robot.
Yeah, when you're crippled and all you can move is your fucking thoughts.
I thought we were supposed to call them handy capable now.
No, I think they went back to handicap.
Well, Stephen Hawking isn't.
Well, he's dead, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Or capable.
Or capable. He was an invalid.
And
that was just happened to be brilliant.
nor was he handsy.
He couldn't be.
Yeah.
He was back in the day, I'm told.
Apparently quite the slut
Yeah.
when he, could still talk.
Yeah. But
Anyways, we will
Make-
get to the
make-
actual context for that conversation.
make the chalkboard taller.
It's so gross.
We will get to the actual context
Oh
of
my God.
that conversation.
Midgets, more midgets. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Freedom Friends podcast, brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use the code FTFO. Screw yourself that sweet 15% off. Go over to owellness.us. They get all squared away there, John?
They are working on it.
Well,
They are fucking working on
they're
it.
still working on it, but
Yeah.
when they are,
Credit card processors and regulated industries is not fun.
it's a pain in the dick. So when they do get it squared away, that code will still be Freedom Friends 25 for a quarter off your order over there. And then check out Icy Tech Coolers for those who get it. Go to icytech.com.
So-
But
But let me-
PayPal and shit won't support them either.
No,
Use
but
Freedom Friends
let me
10.
let the cat out of the bag on why it is being delayed as it is.
Okay.
No, it's the CB. It's a new freeze gel with the 2,000 milligrams.
Yeah.
They're requiring lab testing, and the lab testing isn't the lab testing that they have, which shows everything that they supposedly need, isn't up to date of what they need.
I was just gonna say, hand it to Kira, let her test it. Fuck.
I know, right? Maybe I can do that.
Right.
She is a certified lab.
Yeah.
It's true. she'd be lab tested.
I'm so proud of you right now.
It'd be lab tested. Yeah.
So proud.
But no, besides our certified lab,
That was a good
that is a
assist, too, man.
legitimate.
That was a great assist,
That is
too.
a legitimate reason why. So they're just essentially they're trying to find a third party lab that can put on paper what the credit card processors need to be able to move forward.
like a yellow one, blonde.
No, I don't know. Usually
What
the
kind of
yellow
lab it
ones
has
aren't
to
that
be?
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, Icy Tech's code is Freedom Friends 10, and check out grillyourassoff.com/Freedom Friends podcast for all your sweet things to put on your meat. Anyways, fuck boys, how we doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Long time.
The list is out again. We touched on it a little bit last week.
I haven't looked at any of the new shit that came out.
Well,
am ignorant.
the list came out. We kind of talked about it, but it was still like the raw
Yeah.
data. It was like all the logs.
So now the
And so
geeks got to it?
exactly what happened, what we talked about, what was going to happen, which is I was like, somebody's going to decipher this into like, hey, here's an actual like the shit you care about version of the list.
yeah.
Because I don't personally care how much Ghislaine was on the trip. Like,
Yeah.
I just wanted to know like who else. And did they just borrow the plane and went from A to B, or did they actually go to the island? Like
Yeah.
if you,
And what did they do on the island? Because there were some people who were like, I took my family and we went snorkeling. Like they were
Yeah,
like, I never claimed that I wasn't there.
apparently there
You
was
know,
like, because I guess it's in the right part of the ocean or whatever. Where
like pussy wasn't in season when I was there, I guess. Or
Yeah.
something.
Well, I guess like the scuba diving out there is supposed to be really good and shit. Like,
So you just went for the dick, huh?
yeah.
Penis wasn't in season either. Shit.
So, but yeah, it's so it's kind of interesting, and people have translated it out. And then they're
Where is this island?
Little St. James Island. It's in the Virgin Islands.
So, what's the what have they deciphered? Anything juicy?
I just didn't expect the person to decipher all of it to be Cat Williams. That's fucking amazing. Like have you
That
seen-
interview was awesome.
Fucking A, dude. Cat Williams just was like,
Yeah.
I'm telling all the fucking business. Fuck you people. Blah.
Yeah, he went apeshit on kind of the entire comedic world.
Yeah.
Sort of admitted to being in the Illuminati, which was interesting. Like, so
Well,
and the
it
problem
was
is
between him and Chris Tucker.
that, no, Ludacris.
Oh, that's right.
It was
That's
him
right.
and Ludacris were in an Illuminati meeting, and they had to decide
Only one of them
who
could
got to
have-
keep the dreads and pointy sideburns, and who was getting the $200 million movie contract.
That's what it was.
One of them was Cat Williams, and the other one is in Fast and the Furious. So now here's the problem with a guy like Cat Williams, who is legitimately fucking hilarious.
Oh, I love Cat. Love him.
He's legitimately hilarious, and he's good off the cuff. Like he's very good at ad lib and all that kind of stuff. But he is also a consummate storyteller, which is what makes him a good comedian. And so the problem is that he goes on there and he shits on a bunch of people, and it was definitely not, I'm just going to be funny. But he mixed it in with some stories that were so fucking ridiculous that it was like,
It was Alex Jones-esque.
and it was like, how much,
It was,
much of this is real
Right.
and how much is you like just fucking with the internet? Because he kept going like, I've never been on anything, I've never done drugs, but they all say I'm on drugs and da 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 da. But then it would like hard right turn to be like, but there's a reason Kevin Hart and I haven't been in the same building 25 years. And I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Well, you
Right.
can't have two midgets that close.
Yeah, that's true.
unless
That's true.
You put them in a
Unless-
wrestling ring.
unless it's Stephen Hawking.
Unless it's Stephen Hawking's game. But no, that interview was really good. And I kept seeing clips of it. So I finally like went and just like
Yeah.
looked it up. And it's tough to really decipher like how much of this is Cat Williams being Cat Williams and how much of this
Yeah, but
is him just absolutely
okay.
fucking shitting on the
So
on
is
the,
there any news besides anybody that's not, a comedian?
yeah, well, I mean, like we keep talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
we keep talking about Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking was on the list and apparently did go to the island. Apparently was not there for kids, but was there because he would like to watch little people do math on chalkboards that were too tall for them.
Which is awesome.
Just
But
the greatest
how-
kink
now-
I've ever
Now,
heard.
how did he admit this?
Well, so it was this came out in a trial. So this was a redacted document that came out from a trial
Okay.
from the lady who the girl who is now a lady
The victim.
who she was a victim who was she was molested or abused by Prince Andrew.
Okay.
So it came out of her trial testimony talking about Stephen Hawking being involved as well.
Okay. So, quick question: are you a victim if you're a midget doing math on a chalkboard that's a little too tall for you?
No,
Depends on your age.
No, you're an entrepreneur.
That depends on your age.
I mean,
so you know that pedophilia doesn't have anything to do with height, right?
well, I also didn't know pedophilia had anything to do with doing math on a chalkboard that was too.
Well,
Oh, you could totally make a child do math, but if you're doing it for sexual gratification, you're a pedophile.
yeah, then you're gross.
yeah, but
like
it's Stephen Hawking. How do you know if he's gratified or not?
I don't know, the more twitches. I don't know.
I mean,
Like,
fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Do it. Make them do trigonometry next.
Maybe he does circles like when my dog wants to go outside. Like he just
I'm coming.
because if
coming.
you look at my shepherds and go, you want to go outside? They just start doing those fucking like spinning places.
Zoomies, little
Yeah.
zoomy circles.
So maybe it's like that.
Because I just, if that's part of pedophilia, I got to be careful about making children do math on chalkboards that are too tall.
Well, they were. Let me rephrase. It was naked midgets.
Big
So
difference. now.
there's the.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, they had to be naked.
Were they of age?
I have no idea.
Oh,
That I don't know. I don't know the specifics on that, so can confirm or deny.
That just seems redundant.
how short is an underage midget?
Well,
Ooh.
I hear your question actually.
You know what I mean? Like,
At what age?
Because is it a child
or is
little
it a
person?
midget?
I'm going to recommend that we abandon this line of questioning.
At what age do they become full grown?
no. 'Cause somebody's going to make a joke,
It
and we're not
depends.
going to have a show anymore.
All I did is ask a question.
I mean, age is age. So if you're under 18, then you're fucking not supposed to be.
Bro,
there,
that's
right?
like saying all you did was load the gun. Like you got to. Like,
I didn't pull a trigger.
It-
It didn't go off by itself.
Come on, do something.
Nope.
Oh man.
Nope.
So, anyways,
Nope.
So is it more gratifying if they completed or did not complete the math problem?
I'm not answering that question either.
I imagine he was probably upset if they didn't complete it.
Did he create the math problem?
Well, if he did, they're fucked.
The problem is he creates math problems that you can't prove.
That's
so
what I mean.
like, so he's like, well,
So-
I came up with this theorem.
He's like, I'm going to be here for a week. Y'all better figure this out.
Because if I'm not mistaken, he still has theorems that are literally, they are straight just theoretical and nobody can prove them. Like
Well,
they're-
the theory of everything is a theory. Like that was like his life's work. Like he was trying to. Because don't get me wrong, it was a noble cause on the outside.
the
right?
unified theorem.
Yeah, and he was trying to prove the
It's just,
existence.
it's just extrapolation of Einstein's work anyways. But
It is.
You know, if the guy had nothing else to do, I suppose you could deep dive into that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no,
But
he was brilliant before he was a vegetable. He was a brilliant
Did he?
vegetable.
Yeah.
so he wasn't born a vegetable?
No. You ever watched the movie?
No, he has a so
The movie's
his-
pretty good.
Yeah, with Eddie Redmayne. It's really good.
Fucking crushed it.
Yeah,
Great
it's
actor,
awesome.
man. Fucking.
It
killed
also
it.
helps
Yeah.
that Eddie Redmayne just kind of looks
So
dysfunctional.
what
But
was it a disease that caused that? or-
yeah, he's got a congenital disorder.
So
that,
at one point he was normal.
He was walking around,
at
walking
one
and
point,
talking,
he
bro.
used to just fucking
I-
slay pussy at Oxford.
Yeah.
Like just
Totally
just
did
like
not know that.
absolutely
Yeah.
crushed.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He
Well, that-
it degenerated down to the point where like he developed the software while he could still talk because he knew he was not going to be able to.
Yeah,
So
he
developed how
he
to do
worked with Microsoft to actually develop his
Huh.
interface
No, I didn't know.
And he chose an American voice. There was a reason
because he's
for
British.
it. Yeah.
Because automated British voices you can't fucking
They sounded
switch
weird.
Siri over to a fucking language that you like to another accent,
Yeah.
and when it comes on,
Oh,
you're
can
like,
I do Siri with an Indian accent?
yes.
That's just called customer service.
That's what I mean.
My favorite
Because
one,
the answers are always wrong
my,
anyway.
my favorite one is actually the Aussie one.
Yeah.
That one I could just have it read to me and it'd be like,
Yeah.
do math.
We're learning some shit about jazz. Opening up
we
his-
just narrowed
this-
down a kink
This
What's your
Epstein
kink? I
fucking
like my
stories.
iPhone to read to me.
with an Australian accent.
These Epstein fucking theories and stories are fucking opening some doors. Fucking A. Well, we don't shame it. It's all good.
So did anybody get completely destroyed over all these papers?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. All the ones that went to the island, you just kind of go like, yeah, that tracks.
Okay.
It's like Royals. It's like, yep,
Yeah.
that tracks.
Kevin Spacey.
Tracks.
Fucking.
It's a bunch of people that went to the island that
Like-
essentially ended up catching sexual harassment suits like
Yeah.
outside
It's
of
like-
that
it's
anyways.
like-
And it was like, oh, look, sexual predators.
like you wouldn't be surprised if Harvey Weinstein was there, right?
Right.
He probably was.
Hey,
Like,
it turns out the bulk of the flight log was literally, it didn't go to the island. It went from like A to B. Epstein wasn't on the bird. And it was literally one of those like networking. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, I've got this bird. You could fly first class or you could fly private.
Yeah.
And it opens up deals.
except for
between your-
Clinton.
Except for
Clinton
Clinton.
fucking hung out on that island a lot. And
What you mean is Clinton's.
no, Hillary's not on the list. That's what blew my mind.
Yeah, but almost every time Bill was on it, it also said like +2 packs, +3 packs, and
Yeah.
all that
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of stuff. But there's very few women ever listed on the flight
True.
log.
True.
Because those are the plus packs.
Right. My point is that like she very much could have been there.
Pretty
and
sure
didn't
that
list
they would
her.
have put Hill Dog on the list. Though.
I think it's hilarious that Whoopi Goldberg's on the list.
Whoopi, Oprah, fucking
That doesn't surprise me.
doesn't surprise
All
me.
the lizard people are on there.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. It's
Just to be clear, Cat Williams wasn't on the list. That was a completely different interview because he was on the Shay Shay.
yeah. No,
show.
he had called. He's like they were talking about remaking Friday if there was ever a chance of it. And he goes, well, the problem is that we don't have Chris Tucker Smokey. We have Chris Tucker Epstein Island Chris Tucker now.
Mhm.
And he just fucking said it like that. And Shannon Sharp was like, holy fuck. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Which I met Shannon Sharp. That dude's weird as fucking person, man. Like, that's a weird
He
guy.
was weird as fuck on that show.
Dude, he's a weird dude, man.
Anytime that you make Cat Williams
interviewed him. I
look
was
like
like-
the calm, normal guy in the room, you're a weird motherfucker.
Yeah.
So that was a good interview. A little bit, your luck wore off. I won a rifle yesterday.
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah? What'd you win?
So I went to
You've been a lucky motherfucker with rifles the last couple weeks, dude.
3 rifles in the last 3 weeks, and I'm in for $100. Shit. No, so we used to have that gun show circuit here in Texas called Saxit.
Yep.
Saxit's gone. They went under. So there's no more Saxit gun. So now they're called Texas gun shows. And their tagline is everybody else has it backwards, which is hilarious because Saxit is literally Texas backwards. So it was the Saxit gun show is the Texas gun show, but backwards. So Texas gun shows is everybody else has it backwards.
That's funny.
But they now essentially have all of the Saxit slots. So, but they had one here this weekend and my dad wanted to go. And so I went on Sunday and I got there at like 2:35 and it was closing at 4.
That's all you need.
That's my point exactly. My dad was
Yep.
like, we're getting there kind of late. And I was like, if I'm at a gun show longer than an hour, they didn't have anything I wanted. If I'm there longer than an hour, there was something I needed to buy, and I'm waiting for them to do my background check on that iPad where they have no signal. And I'm just sitting here waiting.
They never have fucking signal on those things.
But when you walked in, they had like a QR code. And the guy and the chick was like, we're not doing the drawing till 3. You could get in time. You could scan the little QR code. And I was like, whatever. Worst comes to worst. I was like, it's a mailing list. That's what all of this is. It's to capture info. I was like, worst comes to worst, I'll get the email telling me that the gun show's back in town.
Yeah.
So, cool. So I scan it, and I'm over talking to this dude because we've talked about it on the show. I like the stuff from Strike Industries. And there's a dealer that goes to all those shows out of Austin that carries Strike Industries stuff like on the regular. So he's got it just on the shelf. And I know I can order it all the time. I am very much an instant gratification kind of person.
Same.
If I want it, I want to just be able to pick it up and take it. So I typically visit that guy's table. Matter of fact, he had a replacement detent for my fucking dust cover. So after 3.5 years, my dust cover finally fucking closes.
So clearly somebody else has done that.
He had little like crack baggies that had all the parts to the detent in your dust cover. And I was
That's
like,
funny.
this is awesome.
Nice.
It cost me $3. Fixed my dust cover.
I told you it's not expensive. We just got to find one.
And he did everything. The stopper pin and everything. It was the whole kit. I was like, no.
Because I fucking yeeted that.
I told him that. He was like, what happened to yours? I was like, it's
in orbit.
like we have no idea what
It's
happened.
in between the moon and Jupiter.
And he was like, let me guess, it was stuck. And I was like, yeah, like it wouldn't.
It wouldn't lock.
It wouldn't.
So I freed it and it,
Yeah. And he was like, yep. And he reached in his little bag and pulled it out. I was like, fucking A. So anyways,
Cool.
so I was talking to that guy. And it was one of those things where they had the announcements turned up way too goddamn high.
Yeah.
So they got on.
and next up on aisle 6.
Oh my God. So I was talking to this dude and they kept doing like the warnings. And it was like, all right, everybody, in 10 minutes. And so you just had to like stop talking because you were between the noise of everybody else and then the announcements, we couldn't hear. So then they got down and they were doing the whole like, all right, here we go, 10, 9. And they counted it down. And I'm waiting for them to finish talking because I never win. Fuck all.
Yeah.
Like I could buy $1,000 worth of raffle tickets for something. I don't win. Yeah. It's why I only do it at charities. Because then at least I'm like,
I came here to donate this anyway.
I was going to give this away anyway. So fucking here you go. I can't win the raffles in my own fucking place.
Well, you shouldn't.
Ethically, you shouldn't.
I end up I just give them the money anyways. But, and I'm sitting there and then they go, James B. And I was like, and my dad looks over and goes, no fucking way. And I was like, because I put my legal name on there.
Yeah.
Because I was like, if I have to go show them an ID.
Yes, kids. Jazz is short for James. Yes.
Because I was like, if somehow I won this rifle, the name I gave them should probably match my ID. Like that's probably.
It's a good move.
Yeah. And I was like, there's no fucking way. And they're like, all right, we're calling your phone right now. And I'm standing there and my phone starts ringing and I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I walked over there. And so there's a place in Dallas, just outside South Dallas, called Kusel Firearms. And it's owned by a chick. And they mill everything in-house.
Nice.
All of it. It's a full CNC shop. So they're bringing in all the billet. They mill all the billet. And then the uppers and lowers are match sets. And it's all milled. Now, it is one of those situations because they are milling all of it. The guts can all be swapped out, but you can't like take one of their lowers and a different upper and mount it and stuff like that. Like they don't fall into like the Lego category if you can just bolt everything together.
Is it an AR?
It's an AR, so it's a 16-inch AR-15.
You just said, like, we were just talking the other day, you're like, I'm good on ARs.
I was like, I don't need any more. And then I won one for free. And so I went and won it, and it's like a $1,700 rifle.
Nice.
And I was like,
fucking A.
cool, it's all billet and everything. And more importantly, apparently, if I bring it with me, It is a lifetime ticket to all Texas gun shows. I never have to pay to get back into the gun show because I won this rifle.
Huh.
But I have to walk around with the rifle the whole time.
I'd
I'm
rather
like-
just pay.
I'm like,
You're straight up going to be that tool bag
Yeah.
yeah.
that like slings it across your back
Yeah.
You know who I am?
with just a sign. I won this at a Texas, whatever the fuck, gun show.
It has the state of Texas on it. It says San Antonio 2024. And it's got then I was like, it's fucking dope.
That's cool.
And
Well, congrats, buddy.
but it's yeah, so I wanna anyways, the chick's super cool, does all the milling, and
Nice.
she had like all the raw billet, like all the stages that she goes through, and like it starts like this, here's what's the rough cut, here's the finish cut, like all this kind of stuff. And they're cool, and she makes them in she gave this one away, right? So it didn't have all the Gucci shit on it. Like it was her upper lower hand guard and like all the stuff that
Yeah.
but then it was, I mean, it's like the compensator that they give out for free, like the piece of shit muzzle flash.
No, the birdcage.
The cheapest stock you could find, and the fucking that plastic grip that has the little finger thing. Like it's all just, I'm like,
Just all mil spec.
oh my God, all the shit that I'm gonna
Yeah.
rip out of it.
Yeah.
But I talked to her and I was like, it's obviously all mil spec. And I was like, now is your stuff milled to where like I have to run your triggers, or can I swap all this? And she was like, no, all of that. And she even flipped it over and she's like, even in our, in their trigger guard, because it's all milled, they cut the slot in so that you can actually like adjust your trigger and stuff through the slot and all that stuff without having to pull the group and everything. And I was
Nice.
and I was like, okay. I was like, the body's good, but the rest of it's gonna get, because I needed
I found a random. I found a CMC trigger the other day.
not bad.
Yeah, I just found it. It's in my house. I forgot that I'd bought it, and now I'm just like, fuck, man, I'm out of ARs. All my ARs have good triggers in them now. So I'm like, what the fuck do I do with this?
I have one that doesn't. And, all the rest of mine have good triggers, but that one's so I'll get around to it because I needed another 16-inch AR. But she was super cool. We have an invite to go up to the factory anytime we want to.
That'd be fun.
See the entire milling process. But
Nice.
I looked it all up. I guess she started in Florida, got big enough that she moved the company to Texas. And
Nice.
Not a girl. What'd you do this weekend?
I went up to Womax and
Oh, you went out there, huh?
yeah,
Nice.
it was fun.
It always is.
Yeah.
Always is. Do you guys get deer?
No, saw some cool ones.
Yeah.
That big bald motherfucker was back.
Big.
Did I
not,
show
not
you?
bald. Balls.
Balls.
Big balls, motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Did I show you that? Ever show
that dude needs
Yeah.
to get those things drained.
Because a
Those
bald
things are-
deer would be weirder than balls.
the one from the youth hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The nuts hung down to the knees.
Motherfucker,
That's
dude.
fucking wild, man.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah. So he came, and the funny part is when he came out, like he came out of the woods and two does like ran out in front of him, and then I saw him coming out, and he's just like strutting, and I was like, I didn't even see the back of him. I'm like, oh fuck, this is the dude with the balls. And then as soon as he broke the tree line, I was like, yup, because as he's walking, the fucking shit's just smacking his legs. I'm like, that's gonna suck so bad.
Oh man. I thought you were down there to take deer.
Huh?
I thought you guys were down there
We
to take
did
deer.
management deer.
Yeah, did you get them?
No, we didn't see any ones that were management.
We saw monsters and babies.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So no 10s. No, all we saw were 10s and 12s or a doe with a fawn or fawns, yearlings or spikes. That was it.
Wow.
Because if it was anything else, it would have been down.
Fucking I killed a couple things this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 2 coyotes and a rabbit.
Nice.
Well, technically I killed 3 coyotes and a rabbit because Barker only likes to wound coyotes. And
He has an aiming problem.
then I shot it.
Just
and
doesn't know how to do it.
it was funny when we walked up to it because it's laying down on its left side. And he's like, I killed it. And I was like, I guarantee you, if you turn it around, you're going to know which one of these was a 5.56 and which one was a 22-250. And he turns it over, sure as fuck, the kill shot was definitely a 5.56. And I was like, yeah, I told you. Like, yeah, it opened that fucker up. And then I got another one. I showed you guys the video. That was fun. And there was another one that I shot. It was too far away for me to go get it, but it was like fucking, the first shot I took at it was probably 340. And it fucking started doing the little spinny fucking yip thing and started running away. And the second shot I took at it, I was on the 22 250, so it was fucking lightning fast fucking round, right? And so it's going so goddamn quick, it just goes like through them like that, and it's like they're like, what the fuck? But it was like other side of a fucking river and shit. And I was like, yep, I'm not getting that one. That's fine. And then
Why are you going to get coyote?
well, the first one I got was fucking nice, like real nice. I'm getting the hide tanned and all that shit. Tan hide. I'm getting the hide tanned and all that fucking because it looks real good, like real pretty fucking animal. So,
we
then,
almost got raccoons.
so then I shot a rabbit.
Yeah, two separate times almost got raccoons.
There was 3 of them, and I'm like, I'm not going to shoot 1 or 2 of them. And
Tell him why you didn't want to shoot.
I didn't want to give the buddy, whoever the guy that lives, I didn't want to give him PTSD.
I was sitting behind.
So
I was sitting behind the scope watching, right?
I'm trying to wait till all 3 fucking line up, and it was going to be 1 shot, 3 kills.
And I'm like, Scott,
And it
I'm like,
came close.
I'm like, you can get 2. I was like, 3 might be really tough, but I know you can get 2. He's like, well, I don't want to do that. What happens if his buddies gets PTSD because he just watched his 2 friends die? And I'm like, fucking really? I get back on the scope. I'm like, whatever, man.
You've been more
are easy.
concerned about it like a revenge complex. You're just
Yeah, those
You're just
fuckers
laying there-
they have thumbs.
laying there at night, and all of a sudden you just hear click, 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 click. You're just looking at this raccoon just in the window, and you're just like,
He's got a little 1022.
Jesus.
But I went up to it was this little hunt. 3 of us went up there. It's like the border of Louisiana and Arkansas area. Sarepta, Louisiana is where we stayed. Little house and stuff. It was fun. It was good. But we actually hunted in Arkansas.
Oh yeah.
So we had to get like temporary Arkansas licenses and shit. And Arkansas Game and Fish sells a fucking like a 3-day small game license for like $80. And I was like, all right, fucking so we did that. And it was fun, man. It was a good time. There's a good group of dudes up there. One of them is an avid listener of the show, actually.
Nice.
Big fan of all of ours.
When you went to Arkansas to get your license,
Mhm.
did the guy behind the counter have
I
all
did
his
it
teeth?
online. Did it all online.
Damn it. Why?
Did it all
That would have
online.
been so much fun.
It was a good time, man. So fucking shout out to the boys up there with third shift predator eradication, I believe it's called. Third shift predator something. I had a good fucking time with it, man. It was all right. So Logan, I appreciate you. You and Timmy fucking doing the hosting us, and it was a good time.
We were kind of keeping up to date on your hunt via your Facebook, and you would post something, and John was wearing the exact same clothes you were.
Saturday.
Barker
posted it.
posted a picture, and fucking he sends me a picture of what he's wearing, and I'm like, what the fuck, man?
We weren't even in the same state.
like we were 2 states away.
Yeah.
I was in Arkansas.
We both had the Warfighter scuba hoodie on, and we both had solid green pants.
Like hunting pants on. Like what the fuck?
The Brovet uniform is strong.
I guess shit. But John and I have.
William's like, Mikey's probably not as gay and doesn't have those fucking Crocs. And we're
I was like, actually,
he's
Mikey's the one that turned me on to Crocs.
William calling me gay is like pot calling kettle fucking skillet. I mean, he's fucking. Fuck. Well, that's good, man.
That was fun. We did have a fun incident on Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, never a dull moment over at that.
Oh no, this is above and beyond.
Yeah,
this is something. Normally it's like, oh, we had a lot of fun. We did some stupid shit, but we're not really going to talk about it. This one, I'm putting them on blast because it was fucking gold. So we go to the neighbor's house. Okay. Door to door from William's house to the neighbor's house is 5.3 miles.
like, and not via the road.
There's no roads. It's just going through William's property.
Yeah, and it's
Crossing a river and going to the neighbor's property.
taking
5.3 miles. So we get over there, hang out, have a couple drinks, and we've been drinking already too. So it's been really fun. But so we decide, okay, cool, we're gonna head home. It's like what, 10:30,
yeah.
right? So we're on a dirt path, but it's like a road. Like you can definitely tell that this is dirt where we're supposed to go.
Yeah.
And then there was kind of a V in the road. And instead of going where we were supposed to go and go over the bridge and come back to William's property, he decides he's going to take a right. Right? Scott and I are in the back seat. So we're just along for the ride, essentially.
Sure.
So he starts going right.
I'll give my analogy when you're done.
So he starts going right, and we're just sitting there, and I'm like, I know that left is where the bridge is, and left is how we get back.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're going. I've never been this way. I've been down here a shitload of times. I've met the majority of all the neighbors. No idea whose house this is or why we're going this way, but okay, cool, whatever. So he goes drive, and sees this house and just cuts right through the front yard of the house. Right? And then there's a little berm, and he starts going up over the berm. And thank God there were 2 cattle laying down.
You left a lot of this out.
No, because he didn't turn around yet. This is when we first pulled in. So you were drunk too.
I was not sober.
Yeah. So he goes through the front yard, goes up over this berm, and see these 2 cattle, thank God. And so he slows down and he starts to turn right back towards the house. If he would have went straight, we would have been in the river.
Wow.
So he turned back around and went in between like a picnic bench, a tractor, 3 feet away from the house. Somehow there was like little shit everywhere and lights stuck in the ground. He missed everything. I don't know how, but he did. Came back around the house. As he passes in between the tractor and the house, out of the corner of my eye, I see a gentleman standing there. And I was like, oh, and I just looked straight ahead. First, actually, before I looked straight ahead, I looked down. He did not have a firearm in his hands. So I'm like, okay, cool. So then we start going kind of away from the house. And I'm like, okay, like,
just did
it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Home.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then for some reason, William turns left. And as William turns left, out of the corner of my eye again, I see this dude, but now he is sprinting. And he's fast as fuck because he caught up to a side-by-side and fucking grabbed William's arm. And he didn't say anything. It wasn't like, why are you on my property? What are you doing here? Why are you it was, who the fuck are you? And William stopped. He looks at him all confused. And he's just like, oh, man, you know me.
Did he know him?
Yeah, but not on the level of I'm going to take a side through your front yard at 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a good way to get shot.
So thank God. I mean, the landowner did not.
Wait a minute. How do you know if you know somebody at the level of let me drive a side by side through your front yard?
I could drive a side by side through any of y'all's yards at 10:30 at night on a Friday and totally be okay with it.
I won't be happy probably, but I'll be like, yeah, I get it.
Well, I live in the burbs, so you couldn't. My house might be weird.
I'd still do it.
All right, you have a point.
You know what I like?
Yeah.
There's a definitive line of like, oh, they're not like they might be upset, but they're not going to do anything because they'll understand that like it's me. Or there's like, I don't really know.
You know what? I'm not going to lie. If I came out and your side by side was in my front yard and you were just like chilling under my tree, I'd be like,
not
no, just driving
weaving.
Yeah,
weaving
just
through.
weaving through. And I came out, I'd be like, tight invite, bro.
Right.
Well, we're here to get you.
Right. So
I could see that. Because if all of a sudden I was in a side by side in your front yard, I think it would be like, how'd you get that here?
you want to come in for a drink? But so they have a little conversation, and obviously the guy calmed down a little bit, but he still wasn't happy.
Yeah.
And so we're getting ready to like pull out and leave. And I look over at the guy and I'm like, nice meeting you. And then we proceed to figure out our way home after that.
Nice.
But Scott's description of us sitting in the backseat, because when we got back the next morning, we were talking about it, and it was like, why didn't anybody say anything? And I'm like, we fucking did. But you can only say so much in a back seat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're
Well,
just
so-
like, hey,
so-
I thought we were going that way. But Scott's description is perfect.
So I'm like, here's an analogy for you. As an infantryman flying in the back of a helicopter, there's only a couple people that are on the helicopter that are aware if there's like flight problems, safety issues, right? And it would be the pilot, the co-pilot, maybe the
Crew chief.
crew chief, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, everybody else in the back
Just kind of there.
is blissfully ignorant.
Yeah.
Right? We don't know if we're going to crash. We don't know if there's a hydraulic failure. We don't know.
We don't know anything.
We don't know anything, right? We're just there. We're going for a ride, right? So I'm like, that's what I was in the backseat of the side-by-side. I didn't know you didn't know this person. I didn't know that there was a river that we almost went into.
Oh, that was after we left.
Yeah. I didn't know, any of that. I was just along for the fucking ride. My danger meter was not spiked at all. It was the fun meter because I was shit-faced driving through somebody's yard. Yeah, this is funny. I didn't know I could have been shot because we were driving through something.
Absolutely could have been shot.
I was blissfully ignorant.
Yeah, ranch country's
Yeah.
that's a different world.
The good thing is they're very tight knit.
And they almost all own backhoes.
Yeah. That's also a lot
And
of probably
gators.
with like meat eating predators
Yeah,
just
right.
sitting around too. Like,
But
that's
the funny thing is that
it's like you're a big dude. It wouldn't take a gator long. Look,
Yeah.
yeah, it was. But yeah, after
Just
we left
chill
that,
under a
we
log
zigged
and
again when we should have zagged. And instead of going the right way and going over the bridge, we took the wrong way and we went under the power lines where there's no bridge and a 12-foot drop to a creek. And we stopped about 20 feet before that drop.
Jesus, man. He got lost in his own property.
Nope. Wasn't back on his property yet. That was a neighbor's property.
To be fair,
To be fair.
That's fucking
Because once we
hilarious.
got back on his property, it's hard to get lost.
The next night he got lost in his room.
Nope, that still wasn't his.
Oh, okay.
We didn't make it across the bridge yet either. And that was on a different property. That one we literally could have. We were going to such the wrong direction that we could have went for hours and not fucking seen anything. Like it is just pasture upon pasture for like tens of thousands of acres. He's like, I know where we're going. It's just a straight road.
It's like,
well,
I
you don't have a straight
believe
road
you.
on your property.
Yeah. Like, I don't fucking believe you, man.
So speaking of vehicles to do dumb shit on, I told him this story, and I want to tell you this.
Well, we actually, this stems from a conversation you and I had.
So he brought the
well.
conversation up. and I
Something
was-
we did or want
No.
to.
It was you telling me no.
no.
When I texted you, it was like, tell me no.
So
I don't remember.
okay, so Tractor
Okay.
Supply.
Yes, I remember.
There you go.
I was like, wait for it.
There you go.
You're going to remember this.
Okay, so Tractor Supply sells a gas-powered mini Willys Jeep, and it is like it's a
Fucking
US
awesome.
on it, has a star, like the whole fucking 9 yards. But
But
it's
also,
like
they also sell toad loafers, and that's what I told him to tell me no about.
it's what? Now, anybody that's actually seen an actual Army Willys Jeep, it is not a large vehicle.
No.
Like you could park it on this table. It's not big.
Amtraks were actually designed for them
And-
to park inside of them.
It's what? The one at Tractor Supply is half the size.
Probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the size of
A
the
quarter to a third. I would
Yeah,
say.
It's tiny. There it is.
that's it.
It's
The Massimo Mini
it's amazing.
125.
And by the way, they have these things just like outside of Tractor Supply. This isn't like an order it, hope it shows up. Like
Nope.
you can just go down to see. Yeah,
it's chained to the side.
it's literally half the size
Yeah,
of
it's
a Willys
half
Jeep.
scale.
Yeah.
It's half scale. So, in my house, I partake of hookah quite a bit. I'm a big fan of hookah, and literally a mile from my house is actually they're set. It's very clean, very well lit, but it's a CBD dispensary, is what they call themselves, which just means they're a store that sells.
Right.
They sell vape and CBD,
Sure.
but they sell shisha, and they only sell the premium brand stuff. So I went down to get shisha. I come out of it, and this dude cuts the corner of the light and comes ripping through the parking lot. Cuts the corner light and gets on Ben Zingelman where my house is up, and just fucking. He's got his kid in the passenger seat with a helmet on, and this dude just rips into the parking lot to miss the light. And hits Bingelman and just guns it, and this thing just disappears over the horizon. And I was like, now I need one.
Yeah. Right?
After I saw it in action, I was like, son of a.
And he said this dude was
Bitch.
like my size. Like this is a big dude
Yeah.
driving this fucking thing.
I mean,
like,
he was
fuck.
6+ 200 pounds, and this
Yeah.
thing was hauling ass. Now I don't know if maybe the dude's just pretty good with a wrench and juiced it a little bit, because I know if I bought one, there's no way it's staying.
Let's swap it.
No, I'd keep
No,
the
you
little.
just add 1,000.
Oh, you just got to put a Banshee engine in it.
Yeah, well,
There you go.
it's I think it's
350,
125 cc stock or whatever,
Yeah.
but it runs like a dirt bike, so it's all torque. So I'm like, it doesn't take much to juice those things. A little bit of a gear ratio change, and fucking, you're good to go. But this guy was just ripping in it, and I was like, I don't know what I'd do with it.
It is a 9 horsepower, 4-stroke, 125 cc engine.
Oh, that
It's just
that was
detuned.
different than what that guy was driving.
Yeah, no, not with the way this guy was running it.
No.
And I was like, now I'd be willing to bet this guy probably had some fucking Ninja 250 that the bike was ratted out, but
I'm
the
telling you.
engine was fine.
Probably.
And he just swapped that shit because they're chain driven. Like it's just going to be
Yeah.
a chain drive. And all he did was he swapped that out. He's probably got some fucking Harbor Freight welder and he made some new mounts and he stuffed that fucking Ninja 250. And now he's got some 100 horsepower fucking half-size Willys Jeep. And I'm like, oh, shit. But yeah, after seeing one in action.
Justin, what's the horsepower of an actual Willys Jeep? I bet it's not far from 9.
18.
18.
It's
Yeah,
12.
Yeah.
Like it's,
I bet it's in the 40s.
probably.
those things are dope. Did you ever see one in the crate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sweet.
So have you ever seen them in the crate?
Mhm.
So it's how we shipped them to war. The
Yeah.
crate would show up and then you took it out. You fucking,
You could drive it out of the crate.
and well, you had to
Gotta put
bolt
it together.
you had to bolt
Yeah.
4 things and then you just fucking drove it off the box and
Yep.
because
is-
they had a surplus of them like 15 years ago and they were selling them for $1,000.
Yeah.
Is it the
$1,000 you could buy a Willys Jeep.
is it the Shriners that do the Jeep thing where they completely disassemble it and then like reassemble it 10 feet?
It
Or
might
is that
be.
somebody else?
It might be. I don't know.
That's not the Shriners. I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
that's so
But
funny.
They disassemble it. They have to pick up all the parts and move it forward 10 feet and then reassemble the whole
But
thing.
not-
Whoever
it's-
does it the fastest.
It's like a relay race. or
But it's like
something, right?
nothing's bolted together.
Well,
and so like they just drive this thing and all of a sudden they just start pulling shit off it. And then the driver's like got the steering wheel.
That's fucking funny.
60 horsepower.
60.
60? More than I thought.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
60 horsepower.
Torque on a motherfucker, though. Those
and
things will climb a
0
wall,
to,
bro.
0 to 60.
That's just a gear age.
Eventually.
And eventually. Yeah.
So speaking of those little mini Jeeps, I watched a YouTube series of a guy that took one of those little mini Jeeps and drove it across Moab. He had to redo the frame to make sure, because it cracked at one point, so he had to get it welded together. He swapped the engine and then had to swap it back. And then he created a flotation device to get it across one of the fucking bodies of water to finish his journey.
That is
It
one of
was
those situations where,
wild.
like, don't get me wrong, I'm impressed. But it's like, at that much, just buy side by side.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
fuck, man. Like,
Jesus.
I get it. You're doing it for the content. Like, you're not doing it because
Oh,
you
yeah.
care. You're doing it for the content. But
Oh, the whole time he's like, this is where my 3rd vertebrae was broken. Like, no, he's just like, oh no, this was miserable, but I can say I did it. No,
Yeah.
like, I'm glad I got to watch this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do anything other than that.
Like I went in there. I went over to Tractor Supply a while back, and it was because I was actually changing a trigger out in an AR.
I wash my dogs there.
Yeah. They got a nice little thing
They
back
have a
there.
really nice dog washing.
Yeah, it's free.
And it's $10 for as long as you want. And you put them in this big bay, this huge
Yeah.
steel bin. And they give you towels.
They have like there's free
All the
days, too.
shampoos
You can-
there and
There's
all that.
days that they're just like, yeah, come on in. Wash. They have like dog wash days. Yeah.
Well, some of us, Mikey, can afford the $10 just to go wash our dog.
I'm retired, man. I'm not fucking poor. Jesus. God
I know,
damn.
but the joke's good.
Some of us can just do it at home too.
Yeah, that's usually what I do. Just kind of do it at home.
I would.
However, I will say
Except for-
washing tank is like fucking wrestling a fucking hippo.
Well, the problem is now I have 2 shepherds. So all I do is sweep my house.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Like
of
that's
hair.
my whole job.
That's a lot of
Is
hair.
I just sweep my house. So the reason I do it up there is I don't feel like calling a plumber every time I put one of them in a bathtub.
Truth.
It's
Truth.
They make these
Little drain cover.
these wire mesh drain covers that
It
you,
doesn't matter.
no, they actually work really good.
Yeah, but then it's all just stuck to my tub.
Well, that's better than stuck to your vehicle seats.
Or I can spend $10 and just use all the shit at Tractor Supply and it's their problem.
True. Actually, I have a really good groomer.
And the
close to my
dog,
place.
my dogs love going in the car.
Yeah, they all do.
Like I
All
have
do.
those dogs that are just like,
Yeah.
if I so much as pick up my keys, they're like,
We going?
It's like,
where are we going?
Is it my turn? Oh, dude, if I reach for a leash, if I reach in the general direction of a leash, they fucking go batshit, man.
The girls are also now best friends. So if one of them gets to go and the other one doesn't,
Oh,
Just-
nope. Mm-mm.
Their butt hurt.
oh my God. So my wife went and ran an errand the other day and took hers. And Mila didn't care that my wife left. She cared that Freya left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it was just 45 minutes of Mila walking around with her bone in her mouth, just going, and just,
Pissed.
she just was just mad for like 45 minutes. She'd walk up to me and like look at me like I did it. And I was like, what the fuck? It, like, entirely outnumbered in that house. now.
She took her to put her down. You didn't want to go.
Yeah, it's like, because you guys haven't met Mila. You met Mila.
Yeah,
Mila's a
she's
sweetheart.
great. Yeah,
Tessie she got stung by something last week. And her face was all fucking swollen as shit. I think it was like a ground fucking like one of them ground hornets or something.
That happened to Freya like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
It was warm out and there was, I guess, a yellow jacket
Spicy sky rays.
something in my yard.
Spicy sky rays.
And Freya loves chasing bugs.
Sure.
So like when we have her at the store, she'll run around that grassy spot behind my store and she'll bounce on the grass and make bugs come out and then she snaps at them and stuff. She did the same thing in the backyard and caught herself something that was. And she came in and all of a sudden like her whole muzzle and everything just started swelling up and Kitten was like, "What do we do?" And I was like, "Give her Benadryl."
Give her
She was like,
Benadryl.
what?
Yeah.
I was like, "Give her Benadryl." I was like,
Take
"She's gonna get
plenty of
sleepy."
pictures.
But, I was like, but just
Well,
enjoy the fact that you got a puffy ass dog.
And that's what we did. We gave her a Benadryl, but then like she's been breaking out real bad and she's fucking raw, like in her armpit. Like I call it an armpit. Might as well be. Fucking like, but like she's like red and oozy and shit. So she's had to wear shirts the last few days, right? Because she's like oozing on shit. And Haley's like, I've been giving her Benadryl, but it's still like, and I was like, she's like, we need to make an appointment. And I was like, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna give her prednisone. And newsflash, we already have some in the fucking house. I was like, so like from her the last time she had this issue, I was like, so just give her. She's like, I didn't know we had any. I was gone, so this is all via text message. I was like, yeah, give her some prednisone. So she found it and did it, and she's been good to hook since then. But she's
I've
still
done that.
wearing t-shirts, right?
I've done that in reverse.
Like I walk outside and I see her taking a shit, but she's wearing a shirt. It looks like a toddler. Fucking it looks like a toddler standing on a dime trying to take a shit, man. It's fucking hilarious, dude. I was just like, it's fucking dumb.
At least
man.
she squats.
Yeah. She's not like fucking Coco. Coco just stands there and shit falls out.
You know, my Great Dane.
I sent him a video.
My Great Dane broke his tail. But this isn't bad dog ownership. Danes do it all the fucking time because they've got that
It's uncontrollable.
2 foot fucking whip behind them.
Yeah.
And they smack stuff and they break their tail.
And there's no fat on them. It's just bonus.
It's just a bone, so it breaks the tail. And
But that hurts like a motherfucker.
Danes don't give a fuck. They're dumber than a box of rocks.
Yeah. They're derpy.
But,
Pierre's broken her tail like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Really?
And so, but what they do is they give you just a broad spectrum antibiotic, and they because he when he did it, he broke the skin too.
Yeah.
So to make sure we didn't get the infection. So, but I had all this leftover fucking antibiotic from the dog. I went to Africa and came back and had a fucking UTI because I was fucking Africa.
Yeah.
And so I just looked up like, what antibiotic do they give you for a UTI? And it was the same thing they'd given my dog. And I was like,
Fucking
guess what I'm taking?
it's fucking Z-Pack basically, man, or it's fucking erythromycin or whatever.
It was erythromycin, and
Yeah.
I had some left over for my dog, and it was like the big fucking
Horse strength lads.
Well, my dog was 170 pounds, and it was like,
Oh, so you're taking too much.
yeah, and I was like, fuck it, this will work. Cleared my ass out in like 2 days.
Yeah, fucking A, man. Fucking A.
It was awesome.
Like, how do you think they figure out the dosage to weight requirements?
Trial and error.
You know what I mean?
Trial and error,
It
bro.
depends on the fucking doc, man. Like we were all in, right? Did you ever see Motrin smaller than 800 milligrams?
You know what? Weirdly enough, I saw a 600 milligram once.
I have.
That was only because Haley had a baby.
No.
I have
Well, you were-
600s. The VA gave them to me.
Yeah, and the VA has 600.
But
And
while
Barker
we were-
gave me a 600 this weekend.
While we were in, it was 800 milligrams.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
the default.
800 or nothing.
Yeah, vitamin M's.
And
Yep.
it was, take 2 of these.
And
Go-
change your socks.
Go
Yeah.
buy a bottle of ibuprofen.
I have to because Haley can't take my 800s. They're too
And-
big for her.
But if you go buy it,
They're 200.
those pills are like 200s.
Yep.
And it's like take 2. And it's like, so the military was like, standard dosage is 400, 1600. And like, that's, and it's like, I think it literally just has to do with whoever the doc is that decides that you're getting it. And the military at some point was like, everything is standardized.
yeah.
1600.
Well, the military is like 90% of what these guys are coming in for. 1,600 milligrams will take care of it.
yeah, it was cleared out.
Yeah.
At least it'll get them to forget about it for a little while.
Yeah.
I am waiting for the
They're
day
all
that I
shammers. It's nothing's really wrong.
And then then they're like, your blood work says that your liver enzymes are spiked. You need to go to fucking CSAC because you're an alcoholic.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
need to stop drinking.
You put me on all this fucking pills, man, and it's fucking making my spikes, my fucking numbers spike, man. Fuck you.
Yep.
I'll take that. I can't remember what it is.
You going powers?
This or
Yeah, no, I'll try the powers. Yeah. So we're drinking today a little Slain, which is brought in by a listener who's sitting in the audience.
Yeah, we got Court over here.
He
Hanging
looks like
out,
a
man.
douche.
An active duty medic.
It's like a
that's
thumb
swinging
with
by.
2 thumbs.
Well, he showed up in a Dodge. So
That's what I knew it was coming. I was waiting for it. As soon as I pulled in, I was
Are
like,
the tow
who
mirrors
in the-
up?
I was like, who the fuck's driving the Dodge?
Or the toe mirrors.
I pulled in and parked next to the Dodge, and my wife was like, "Is that a Ram?" And I was like, "It's not one of our people."
Not one of our people. Oh, didn't I send you something about Dodges? Who did I?
Did you see that thing that the fan put up on our page that was like traffic violations, including DUI
I
by
did
vehicle
saw that.
types, and winning by like 30% was Dodge. It wasn't even close. It was like per 100 incidents of drivers or whatever. It was like 33% of all Dodge drivers have like a major traffic violation. The next closest one was like 21.
Yeah.
No, I sent it to Nick Powers, the CEO of Warfighter Scuba, because he drives a Dodge in Roatan, Honduras. A Dodge 1500 lifted sitting on 35s.
That red piece of shit.
And this is what it is. It says, when you finally sell your Dodge.
Around and tell those people,
I'm not gay no more.
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women.
That dude did a follow-up. That dude did a follow-up video to that. That guy did, yeah. And he was like, I'm still loving women. And I'm getting pussy and all that. Yeah, it's fucking hilarious, dude. So fucking
I would just remind him if you suck one dick.
It's kind of like being a bridge builder.
You bridge. No, it doesn't matter. You suck one dick.
Built 1,000 walls.
Yeah.
Now I'm just known as the guy that sucked dick. Well, no, he brought us a bottle of Slain Irish whiskey, which is actually, it's good stuff.
I've never had it, and it's fucking solid, man. Like, this is all
I'm
right.
mad at it.
I've had it before. The reason I like it is it finishes closer to bourbon, and it's because of
Triple cask.
they cask age it all, so you get a little bit more oakiness in it.
I like how we're going Irish whiskey, Texas bourbon.
So yeah, so we have 3 gifts.
Yeah, we do.
Our boy Dave, who does it periodically, brought us the Powers Irish whiskey.
I
Which is
can't
good
say
stuff.
if Dave nailed it yet or not because I haven't tried it yet.
Well, Power's golden.
I have had
Pretty
Powers
fucking
before.
solid.
It is
Yeah.
good shit.
It's pretty solid.
But the other one is from our friends over at Ranger
Can
Creek.
confirm.
Okay.
I have had their stuff before. They asked me what the boys on the show would like, and I had them bring me. They gave me a bottle of what is my favorite bourbon from them, which is the 36 caliber Texas style bourbon.
That's my favorite from them too.
And I was talking to
I
the
like
guy.
their rye a lot, too.
Yeah.
They brought me a bottle of that too.
They make
that's
a good
that's going
fucking
home.
rye, man. Yeah. Make an old fashioned with that.
That's
You'll,
exactly why I
you
have
will
it.
enjoy
Oh,
that.
This Powers is closer to Green Spot than it is Jameson.
I agree with that.
It's good.
I agree with that.
I
Almost,
haven't had a chance to
almost
actually,
yellow spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to actually thank you for it on the show, but you came over at Christmas and he brought a bottle of the Green Spot, but it was the
Zinfandel.
Zinfandel cask aged. one.
Oh, that's
It was the one I had in San
It-
Francisco.
God damn,
'Cause it
that
was
stuff
the-
is good.
All the vineyards in California.
And then so
Napa Valley.
we were drinking it. We were drinking it proper. Like we weren't hammering it down because it is a sipping whiskey. That is one you should
Yeah.
enjoy. Like
Sure.
take your time. And then he was super classy and left it after the party, and it's gone. I drank, I drank all of that. But it's super. But the 36, I like. I was talking to the owner of Ranger Creek, and he asked me what I thought of the bourbon, and I was like, I like it. It's like a hate fuck. And he was like, I'm gonna need you to explain that to me. And I was like, it's like one of those ones where you're pissed off, and so it's fucking that starts with like some violence and a little bit of choking, and at the end of it, you realize, oh, I kind of really like this. But like it's a, and I was like, it does what bourbon should do. Like it's got some heat, but it finishes well. It goes on a journey while you're drinking it. It's good shit. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the 36, and it's not. It's one of the few bourbons out there in the market now that it's not like you can't start your car with it. Like it's.
Yeah, it's cask strength, 136.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
no, dickhead.
Like I think it's like 90 proof. Like it's not.
96.
Yeah, I mean it's not like this crazy high oct, which is crazy because in bourbon 96 is still high.
Yeah.
Just we get given so much stuff here that's like here's 114 proof. and
Right?
Here's
It's like they
120
think we're just
proof.
trying to get fucked
I'm
up.
like,
We enjoy
I
what
think-
we're drinking.
I think this Powers is 86.4 proof, but that is really hard to read.
No, you nailed it, buddy. 86.4. What Irish whiskey isn't as strong as.
But I appreciate the 0.4. Without that, it would have been a little weak.
0.4 is really what does it.
Yeah.
So,
Good 0.4 might be a little too much for me.
so.
That's interesting.
Holy shit! So I was at the gun show. You know those shotguns I got, Mikey?
Yeah, your AR-12s.
Yeah. So there was a vendor there that had the drum mags for them.
Fucking A.
Right? So of course my immediate question was, How much is it?
Yeah.
Dude gave me the price. The drum mag is only $100 less expensive than buying the whole fucking shotgun.
That tracks.
I was like,
and in my opinion, there's probably a 90% chance it won't run.
Yeah, it's gonna fuck up.
and so I was like, no,
for
okay.
sure.
He was like,
For sure.
He was like, you sure? And I was like, I'm set. First off, I don't. If I want a shotgun with 20 round capacity, I would rather just wait and be able to buy that AA-12, the one that's the rotating, the internally rotating drum.
They don't really sell those.
But they don't really sell it.
If you need a shotgun with 20 round capacity, instead of buying that high capacity magazine, you should spend that money on training.
Yeah, right. And I have that stupid the 19.
I mean, because
round
it's still like a
magazine
19 round mag.
this long.
It's like a banana clip.
Right. Fucking this
Like,
big.
Here's
When
what
I
we do,
first
dude.
got that thing, I thought it was two pieces.
We're-
It turns out that thing that's in the middle that looks like it's two pieces that bolted together.
Yeah.
It's actually a brace for the middle so that the stamp metal doesn't flex when you have all that weight in there. And I was
This
like,
is what we do, man. Because you have two magazines. We'll just turn it into one big magazine.
A 30 rounder.
actually, I have
38.
Yeah.
You have
I
four-
have 4 5-round magazines.
Okay.
I have 3 10-round magazines, and I have 1 19-round magazine.
Dude, let's put them all together.
I like it. Let's do it.
And yeah, we're in.
But I still haven't shot those things. I still haven't sent a single round through them.
Yeah.
Scott shot a gun that he
We were going to on your bachelor
for
party.
the first
yeah,
time
yeah.
over this weekend.
I
It
did.
started raining.
I shot a gun that I've had for 8 years.
Yeah.
And,
Which one?
That Hakeem.
Oh,
I finally shot it.
How'd it go?
Good.
Yeah.
The video that I had, the first 2 rounds that were shot out of that gun, I have it on video. And the first, he fired that first round and the case ejected. And I was like, whoa, like you can almost hear it. I was like, whoa. And then he shot the second one and did the same fucking thing. And all you hear is, holy shit. And the video stops. And I was like, dude, that fucking case ejected like 25 feet that way.
Well,
You know what I
the
don't think
first
I've-
round, I was kind of keeping my cheek.
Yeah,
back
just-
a little bit. I didn't, you don't.
you know what I don't think I've seen yet though is I don't think I've seen the finished Anaconda. I saw it with the first set of grips, but I didn't see it with the
Oh, really?
when you finish because you
Yeah.
got that second custom set.
Dave will grab it.
I don't think I've seen it with the custom set.
Oh, I've had it done for a while.
I know. I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
I remember you telling me they finally came. You showed me the grips, but they weren't on the weapon.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've seen the finished because man, you want to talk about a weapon that went on a journey.
Yeah.
that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one I got as just the frame, and
And
it was
rough.
sandblasted and rusty. And then this is the final product now. So
She's pretty.
I actually shot one of Dave's old rifles this weekend. We had a little range time, and Barker had purchased the 6.5 Grundle
Oh, yeah.
from Dave. However, Dave shot it suppressed, and for good fucking reason, because the shockwave coming off that motherfucker you feel in your soul.
Was there a brake on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Well, it's got the same brake he had on it. Which is like the
He had
fucking
a suppressor mount.
yeah. It's the suppressor mount that's on it. And but
the AC
This
brakes.
is
Yeah.
remarkably balanced.
Oh,
that motherfucking
For how
thing
big
fucking
this
hits you in the
bastard is.
chest. And I was standing to the right of Barker while he was shooting it the first time, and I was like, holy, because all of us are shooting suppressed.
Yeah.
So and then he pulls that thing out. It's like, gook. I'm like, what the fuck was that, dude? I'm like, oh my god. He's like, you want to shoot it? I'm like, the neck down AK round? Yeah, let's get weird. I was like, let's go. So,
That's like that fucking AR I built for her.
oh, that fucking brake on that thing's
and-
evil.
I've only fired it one other time since that day, and I'm like, yeah, we're
Ooh.
changing this bitch.
That thing was fucking gnarly.
brakes are. I mean, they're effective. They want to get rid of recoil.
Yeah.
So the
Oh, it
the
does
louder
that.
they are, the
Yeah.
more effective they are.
That's true.
So you went predator hunting this weekend.
I did.
Did you guys use calls?
We did.
Did you guys, when you're looking through your thermals,
Uh-huh.
you could see your call, right?
We could.
Did it look like an animal you were hunting?
Sometimes, yes.
Was it warm?
No,
It was, you just saw movement, right?
no. It wasn't the movement one. It was just the noise.
Oh,
It was just noise.
Okay.
But at certain angles, it looked like a coyote sitting.
So-
except it wasn't like lit up.
So
like a coyote.
Saturday night, we went back over to the neighbors,
Okay.
5.3 miles over there. I'm like, here we fucking go again.
Yeah.
So we're sitting out back having a cigar by a campfire, and we hear coyotes like fucking 200 yards away. They were close. So we were like, fuck it. I have a light, like a really bright light on my pistol that
Yeah.
it would light up the fucking field.
You do.
We had a bunch of firearms.
You've shot your pistol now. I take it.
I have.
How to roll?
It shoots great.
Nice.
I gotta play with the reset a little bit, but other than that, it shoots great. But so we go to walk around the front of the house to see if we can smack this coyote.
Yeah.
And as we go around there, some of the other people that were there were like, you guys got, any rifles or anything? Like, we're going to try to shoot this coyote. And they're like, oh yeah, the guy's putting a call out there right now. And then, so I turn around, I'm like, everybody stop. I'm like, make sure your weapons are safe. Do not point anything that way. There's a guy out there putting a call right now. And everyone's like, okay, cool. So then we find out that like 3 or 4 of the guys that were there all had thermals on their guns. So we're like, fuck it. So we put our AR back because we don't have a thermal on it.
Yeah.
And so William talks to one of the dudes. The dude hands him his gun. He's like, blah, blah, blah. It's 0 to 100, all this shit. So they put the call out. The call is going crazy. It's got the tail, everything. So he's looking. They're all trying to find this coyote and scanning around. There's a white tail off to the right and all this other random shit. And William's like, I think I see it. Oh yeah, it's right there. He got it. And I don't know how it happened, but he fired off a round and that call stopped.
He shot the gun.
And everyone was.
We assumed.
I was just like,
I'm like, I'm gonna get a little wooden plaque and
we're mounting this.
We're heading
bitch.
out the fucking call. Like, this is awesome.
And I'm like, no fuck. I was like, this is it. We can go home right now. I'm like, this just made the weekend. So we go back over to the campfire.
He is a human cartoon. He is a fucking human cartoon. I love that guy.
We go around to the back and to the campfire to finish smoking because obviously there's nothing coming in at that point.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden we hear the call again. And so then they went and got it and brought it back in. Like, he did not hit the call. I'm like, God damn it. Like, I was really hoping he did.
Yeah. That's fucking funny, dude.
But I was just asking to see if anybody that you went with decided that they want to engage the electronics in the field.
No, I did have to watch Lottie fucking miss 45 fucking times, dude. Like, dude, fuck.
It's hard shooting with crosshairs, man. You got to put those on what you're trying to hit. It's weird.
And every time it was always, my back spasms. My back spasms. It's like, your back seems to spasm an awful fucking lot, man.
45 times.
I get it, dude. Like, I know you got cancer and all, but go fuck yourself, man. You can't shoot for shit. They're Ranger and all this. Like, it got to the point where it was just kind of funny. Where like we were walking and because like the second night, the first night Barker was exhausted, so he didn't go out with us. He just slept for like 10 hours.
Yeah.
So it was just me and Lottie. Well, he missed that night too.
They must have learned to shoot the same place.
Yeah, it's the Army. And, so like he missed that night. I got that one, and then I hit that other one later in the night that was fucking too far to walk, right? And then I shot this rabbit with a 22-250. It was just because the round's going so fucking quick, man. It just like split its fucking cap, man. And it's thermal. In the thermal,
it's even better.
It looked fucking awesome, man. It looked so cool, dude, because it was just like this splash of white.
By the way, the giant thumb in the camera right now is the guy that brought us this whiskey. So.
Yes. At least it's a clean thumb. I mean, shit. There's that. Yeah.
I poured him a drink.
So like, and then the second night, sure as fuck, missed again. Motherfucker got away. I'm like, God damn, Lottie. I'm like, fucking dickhead. So, and I told him, I was like, I'm going to talk shit about you on the podcast, right? He's like, oh no.
I don't know if I've ever missed a shot at an animal.
Yeah.
When? No, like a game animal.
No, you have. Because you were so disappointed about it. You used the blue gun.
I fucking love how fast that response was.
I just remember I wasn't there. You told me the story.
I shot a fence instead of a fence saved a pig one time. Yeah, you were there.
Oh, I was there.
The wire.
Yeah.
Fucking fence. 1 in a billion shot, which we're going to go do that shit again this week. Here in a couple weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, we're going to do the dog and knife. And Scott's coming with you. And I tried to get Jazz to come. And
I got the invite. I actually got invited this year.
Yep. And Jazz, he was the first guy I called, man.
But we have a major event at the store that weekend. Yeah. And Kibby's in town. So
Kibby went live while I was predator hunting on Instagram. And I jumped on his live with him because I was in the truck going to another location. Yeah. And I was talking shit. And it was pretty late. It was like after midnight. I'm like, fuck are you doing, man?
Yeah, Kibby's getting
drunk.
Here, he's actually coming here to celebrate his birthday.
Nice. Yeah.
But we have a major event at the store that weekend.
Yeah, you do. You do. When I went and visited, I dropped off a lower parts kit to Jazz the other day and was and visited for a little bit. And
You brought me a whole LPK because I need a buffer tube retaining pin.
he needs 2 springs and 2 pins. And I was like, it's in this bag. And then I was going through all this stuff. I found 2 more LPKs at my house.
Oh, I don't feel as bad now.
Nope, you're solid, bro. That was like a hodgepodge one because there's like extra
Why
parts.
do you have
in there.
ARs that aren't complete?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You just said you had 3.
Yeah. Oh, I just have the kits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why do you have
Dude,
2
why do you have
ARs?
ARs? That's
I don't need any more ARs.
And you have a good trigger.
I've got like, fuck you, Scott.
Now, technically speaking, I actually have 2 uppers
Yeah. Well, fuck. I'll just
that aren't in anything.
buy another.
I
fucking
think between
7-inch.
the 4 of us, we could just throw parts on the table and be like,
Oh, dude.
I have 2 lowers.
We could.
Yeah, I
We
know I
could
have
take, we could
lowers.
take the fake ass all the extra shit that the 4 of us have and put it here and
probably
probably
make several more rifles.
put most people's collections to shame.
I made a complete lower out of the random shit that I found one day when I was cleaning everything out of all my gun shit.
I need
Yeah.
a lower.
Yeah. What?
I shit you not. I
definitely
walked
needs a lower.
I walked that entire fucking gun show. There wasn't a motherfucker there selling a lower.
Really?
And I was like,
wow.
That's weird.
tons of completes and a fuck ton of different colored uppers. Like, here's my cobalt blue fucking
There's-
upper. And I was like, does anybody just have a goddamn lower? Just a lower.
They
It,
probably
like,
didn't have FFLs.
There is.
well, no, because there was tables that were selling shit tons of complete. No, the guys that were just selling uppers.
Yeah,
and shit,
yeah.
no, totally agree. Because there was also a dude selling a $35 plate carrier, and I was like, yeah, I trust that.
With plates?
Who cares? $35. I don't trust it to hold the plate. I'm like,
It was just made in some sweatshop. in
oh
China.
my god. Well, he probably owned the sweatshop based on the looks.
It's where
but
all the other plate carriers come from.
but
I'm about to
Nope.
give you guys some ammo to talk some shit.
nobody
About
was
you or
selling.
who?
Go ahead.
Like even the company that I won that rifle from, she wouldn't sell me a lower because all of her lowers are designed to fit with her uppers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was like, I could mill you one, and I was like, I'm not.
I'm looking for one that's
I'm like,
inexpensive.
I got.
I want a $99.
I was like, I
What a
got
fucking arrow.
I got the completed upper with the BCG and charging handle from a retired Air Force SEER guy for $100.
Yeah.
What makes you think I want to pay to mill a custom lower for it? Like, this is-
I still have that snowflake lower I need to build.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. If and when the day ever comes where you decide you just don't want that thing anymore.
The only
I got
reason
cash in my
I
pocket.
bought it because they were limited run with
Yep.
the color fill.
That's one of my favorites.
And I was like, I'm getting this now, whether I build it or not. I'm buying this fucking, and I've had it for fucking, I don't even know, 6-8 years now.
But no, literally, like you're
Probably
saying, like
six.
you have a lower sitting around and you're saying you have a couple sitting, those bullshit lowers that are just, that's all I want. That's
mine-
all I was
mine's not a
looking
none, none of mine are bullshit lowers.
Yeah.
the bullshit one that I have is that snowflake.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, again, I'm into the upper for $100.
Yeah.
I just want a lower. But there was tons of people selling complete rifles, but nobody that just had like a stripped lower. And
That's
I was
weird.
like,
That's
come
weird
on.
that's weird for a gun show.
And I like buying them stripped because even if I bought a complete, I'm gonna gut it
Yeah.
and replace everything in it anyways. So I'm like,
So, Mikey, I would like some ammo.
yeah,
to
where's
talk
this
shit.
ammo?
It's about our friend Mike Barker.
Oh, there's more?
I didn't
there's-
need more ammo.
I have so much.
But you're gonna want this one. This
Okay.
is a good one.
I already think it's hilarious that walking around wore him out too much to go to the second day.
It was
No,
3 hours
it
of
was-
sleep and the 8-hour drive.
it was
there.
the drive that wore 'em out.
It was the 8-hour drive. there.
Sitting in a chair kicked his ass.
Yes. Yes.
That tracks.
It's no, but it's cool. Me and the cancer patient, we were fine.
Dude, the basketball shorts constrict.
Mikey's just doing the fucking Lord's work.
So Barker was excited about a new rifle that he had bought. He bought this new rifle, AR platform, very, very cool, brand new, out of the box, just bought it, right? It's got fucking magazines loaded up and fucking, and he's like, hey, he had asked me to bring that Holosun that I had of his. And I was like, yeah, I'll bring it. He brings it and it's on an AR-10. And I'm like, you don't want to put the, whatever, dude. So I fucking
He's
bore
gonna put a
sighted.
red dot.
He
on
did.
an AR-10.
And he asked me to fucking do my little weird bore sight thing where I fucking, my fucking field expedient.
Right way to do it.
Yeah, my field expedient bore sighting, right? So I did, and we got it on there, and he loads it up, and I'm like, dude, take 3 shots at the target, and we'll see where you're at, and we'll get it on there, right? And He loads his mag, racks it. Oh, it won't rack. What the fuck, dude? Something's going on. Da, da, da. All these malfunctions. I get behind it. I'm like, what the fuck? Da, 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 da. Sitting there
caliber.
fucking with it, checking out the fucking ammo, checking out the mags. Everything's fine. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? He's got Hornady ammo. So I'm like, I know it's good ammo. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's a 6.5.
Wrong caliber. He's trying to load 308.
He thought he bought a 308. I'm like, you didn't even know the fucking caliber of the new rifle you bought, you fucking chud. I was like, oh. And he's like, God damn it. I was like, you didn't want a 6.5. He goes, no. I was like, well, you definitely don't want a red dot on a 6.5. I was like, that's a waste of a
red dot on a 308 either.
I'm just disappointed he didn't want a 6.5. It's so much better than
Yeah.
a fucking 308.
I mean, shit.
Out of all the AR platform, now I have way too fucking
Like, would you
many.
rather throw
the
a
only one I
football?
actually wanted,
or
A bullet.
a fastball with a baseball.
but the only AR platform I now want is I want an AR-10 in 6.5.
Yeah.
And my next gun that I put the money into
I got
will be a 6.5. I'm just at this point trying to decide, do I want another gas gun? Or am I just going to listen to you rattle on for hours and buy a bolt gun?
Well, I mean, you should have one good bolt gun.
I know what my next bolt gun's going to be.
Yeah.
I want the 22-250.
Okay.
It was so much fun.
Okay.
It's just for predators.
I have it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's already covered.
You know you can.
But I
shoot
do want a
Predator with?
6.5.
A 6.5 with a
Yeah.
100 grain bullet.
They make varmint rounds for it.
Oh, yeah.
They do.
They're nasty.
Yeah.
They do.
But I'm trying to decide if I want to put the slow time into actually doing a bolt gun right,
Yeah.
or
It just
getting an
honestly
AR-10.
it just comes down to budget.
Yeah.
And the worst part is
Yeah, but the
budget
way
for
I
your
build
bolt
an
gun-
AR-10,
the budget for your AR-10 and the budget for your bolt gun are going to be very similar.
that's what I'm saying. Is that the way I would build an AR-10 is the same thing it would cost me to build a bolt gun.
Yeah.
So it's really just coming down to which style
Practical
I
application.
want to carry.
Yeah.
And but I don't have a good bolt gun.
I like my
in my
semi-auto
stable
for
at this point.
pigs. Because a bolt gun, if a Sonder comes out with a bolt
Yeah.
gun, you're going to shoot one, you're going to rack around, try to get
And
back on
everything's
target,
gone.
and they're going to
Yeah.
be gone.
Yeah.
So the semi-auto, whack, whack, whack,
Yeah.
and then they're gone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's why I like AR. That's why I shoot an AR for pigs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
Watch out
hunt
for
so
fences.
much.
And
Well,
for,
it
and for
just depends
fences.
what you want to do.
It does work good for fences too. Yeah.
Works great.
I don't need to hunt when all my friends do.
True. True.
I view it like pools. I don't need to own one. Because if I really want to swim in a pool, I can just call John.
There you go.
I'd be like,
Come on over.
I'll bring you JMO. Fucking-
And then on the way back,
chilly.
Here's the gate.
we missed the annual hot tub this year, though.
Oh, yeah. I was out of town.
Can we reinstate the breakfast?
yeah, let's do the breakfast again.
Okay.
That was nice. That was fun.
That was really good.
Like, give me a date and I'll do the bacon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Actually,
do the breakfast.
I have some,
the breakfast was awesome.
I have some
Yeah, that was a good
beef
time.
bacon in the freezer right now.
I think that's called brisket.
Yeah, I
No.
don't know what that is.
It's and then I have
It's brisket.
a couple pounds that are marinating in the fridge. They've been marinating for about a week, so those are going to
Nice.
be really good too. But I'm going to try it with the marinated ones and see, and then let you know about the rest.
Dude, that hot honey bacon that I made, though.
That was really good.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
We made BLTs out of that
I like
thing
that
with
Letitia.
sourdough.
I still like Letitia.
This is better than Letitia.
Yeah.
No.
So I get an idea for the breakfast.
Okay.
Only TikTok recipes.
Oh.
So everybody has
Okay.
to find a breakfast TikTok recipe.
Got
And
mine.
we have to sit down collectively and
But I
figure out
didn't
what our
make my
menu is going to
bacon
be.
Off of TikTok.
What's that?
I didn't make my bacon off of TikTok.
Well, no, but if the TikTok recipe calls for bacon, it's your bacon.
oh, okay. Oh, I'm tracking.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
now I'm.
Yep.
I was just going to say you should just do a quick bacon TikTok of your own and then use that.
Oh, there you go.
Found this one. This one is how to make scrambled eggs.
So I broke the no gift rule with my wife this year. And Jazz and I were talking about this. Like, you're just buying your wife birthday presents.
I did not break the rule.
No, I did.
I bought birthday presents.
I broke the rule,
because
but
my wife's birthday is January 10th.
I did something that actually Justin and you had talked to me about before, and I bought an espresso machine for Haley,
That a girl.
which
Espresso or
the Nespresso,
Oh, okay.
which I have been thoroughly fucking enjoying.
They're awesome.
It's so fucking
They're
good,
awesome.
man. Like, it's good.
Well,
Well, the cool thing is, like, it reads a little barcode and it fucking does all that shit.
I literally wore mine out.
Yeah.
Like to the point to where I used it so much the pump in it broke.
Dude,
Like it won't traffic water anymore. But I have that fucking
Yeah.
crazy digital touchscreen one, so it didn't
But-
break my heart. But
Like, that thing's fucking cool, man.
it's
I'm
awesome.
a big fan.
They're The only problem is finding pods for it.
Amazon.
But that's what Amazon's for. And so when I first
I
got
got the
it,
little pod carrier thing. It's like a little thing that
Fuck yeah.
it like sticks to the fucking to the side of the
Mine
fridge.
was a,
so they slide it into it.
mine was a platform that the Nespresso sat on.
Yeah.
And it was a drawer. And you pulled it out and it held all the pods in the
It's
drawer.
sitting on. So I have a little coffee cart now that
Yep.
I put next to my fridge.
Yep.
And I have that and my Ninja one.
Does
and
it follow you around the house?
I wish
Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
that'd be fucking great.
That's the beer donkey.
When I was in New Orleans, for New Year's, we went into this super fancy hotel bar at the hotel that William was staying at. I can't remember what it was called, but it was bougie as fuck.
Probably a JW Marriott.
No, it was bougier than that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I know there's one on Canal.
There was. We
I've-
went there.
I've stayed there.
We went there, and it wasn't as bougie as the one that they stayed at.
Oh, nice.
Um,
Was it
so we-
Radisson?
no. So I can't remember the name, but so,
JW is bougie, like saying that you went to a steak dinner at Longhorn. Like it's expensive, but it's not as nice as you think
Yeah.
it is. Then there's like boutique hotels
That's
that he
what this
probably
was.
was
Yeah, yeah.
in, and you go to those and you're like,
so we
fuck.
we walk into the bar to order drinks before we go out, right? And their selection behind the bar is phenomenal. They had a bar cart sitting in front of the bar that was not manned by anybody. It was just a bar cart sitting there, no employees around it or anything like that. They had all the pappies. They had anything super fucking high end was on that fucking bar cart, unmanned. And I was like,
That's
oh, if this
foolish.
wasn't such a boozy place, I'd be pouring my own cocktails right now.
That's
I
how
was
you
like,
can tell. That's how you can tell the level of bougie is when they leave that shit out, and the people that are there are just like, they'll bring it to me.
No,
Right?
It's like, damn.
I thought where you were going.
But I
with
was like,
this.
that's the bar cart that I need to follow me around.
I thought where you were going with this is the bar cart was a self serve, and then
So I asked-
everything went by weight or something.
No.
right? Like
So
that would be fun.
We got
That
to
would
the
be
bar,
Also bougie.
and so whoever ordered, and then it was my turn to order, and they're like, what can I get you? And I was like, how's that bar cart work? And they kind of like looked at me. I'm like, can I just go pour my own off of that or what? And they're like, sir, no, you can't do that. And I was like, okay, I didn't want to anyways. I was just curious. I'll take a double JMO on the rocks though.
My favorite thing is to go into really nice bars where they have insane selections, and you're just like, get a double JMO.
Yep.
yeah.
They always
No, you
have-
got to ask for the menu first.
But then you get
They have a
that, you get
whiskey
that
menu.
head tilt from them because they're just like, and I'm like, I know you have it. Like it's here.
It's right. I can see it. It's
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, they have it's their well.
That's like I go to there's a place here in town, and they're huge. Most of our listeners probably heard of it. Still go to warfightertobacco.com. But I go to a place here called Scars International.
Yeah.
But the main reason I go there is that I can smoke inside and they have a full bar. Like that's really why I go. I'm not a huge proponent of go feed the giant corporate machine, but they have a full fucking bourbon bar and I can smoke inside. Yeah. But I go there, and if I go with my wife or I go with certain people or whatever, they will bring me JMO. And the way I describe it to them, because y'all have seen how I do my ice, they describe it as fuck it up with ice. And I'm like, fill my glass with ice.
Yeah.
And then do my double pour on top of that.
I don't care about the water to booze ratio. I just want it cold the whole
I want it
time.
cold
Yeah.
as shit.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's trust me,
Unless I'm
I drink it fast enough that we're not worried about it watering down. Like it's fine.
I like I like warm shots.
You like hot?
No.
I like warm shots.
No.
I like,
You do?
Yeah, like I don't
Like
like
room
my-
temp?
I don't like if I'm taking a shot of Jameson and
Oh,
chill it. I'm
okay,
like, go fuck
okay.
yourself.
Yeah, you don't want it shaken over ice.
No,
and
no,
Right.
cold.
I want
You
it. I want
room
a
temp.
regular room
Right.
temp shot, like a warm shot.
Just pour it in a glass. Give it to me.
yeah. But
Yeah, but don't say warm. That
But
makes
my-
it sound like you're
Yeah, no.
fucking heating
Like,
it.
hey, can you put this in a
put it
microwave
in a
for 30
microwave
seconds?
for me. Microwave it, bitch.
But then there's other people I go there with. Y'all know him. We all love him. Mr. Steve Dixon.
Yep.
The man.
If Steve Dixon goes to CI, it's Taylor
Yeah.
all the time. Y'all have drank with him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's anywhere he goes.
It's Taylor. That's his drink. Now, if I go with Steve, first off, if you try to pay for the tab
That's
and
different.
Steve's there, Steve's gonna throw hands. And so every time I try to pay for Steve, I literally have to go and like find.
Yeah, sneak it.
I have to find Abby, or I have to find the girl working
Yep.
and go like, "Hey, you need fucking pay for this." And then he calls me a fucker, and then he orders another round because I paid. And so and I'm like, yeah, okay. It's BOGO. This is fine.
Yeah.
And but it's just in that bar when I go, they have a couple of girls that stay. Like they don't go anywhere because they understand they have a relationship with the customers and now they make really good money.
Yeah.
And then they have the new girls that think that they're
God's gift to the new bar.
or they don't understand that when you go to a bar like that, building a relationship with the people, I'm going to sit in your bar for 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to smoke 2 or 3 cigars. I'm going to drink or whatever. You need to talk to me. That's just part of the gig there.
Yeah.
Is build the relationship. But you have these new girls.
It
And
shouldn't even be part of the gig, though. It should just be something they naturally.
That's called being
yeah.
in the service.
oh, I've got a story
Yeah.
we're going to talk about after I get into this. And it has to do with my bar. And there's enough bartenders here that you're going to go like, yeah, welcome to bartending. But those girls, I'll go in and go like, I want a double JMO, ton of rocks. And they're like, well, do you want the craft? I was like, no, I want the giant ice machine you have underneath the fucking bar. Just fill my glass with that
Yeah.
shit and pour Jameson
Don't
on
charge
top
me an
of it.
extra $2 for your fancy ice cube that melts just the same.
And yeah, like I don't care. And then inevitably,
Is it made out of a different kind of water?
what's funny is, but I know all the bartenders there, so they'll get the order that says like extra ice, and they'll look, and I'll see them, and I'm like, and they're like, and then they just fucking bring me my whiskey. So, but those are the same ones that like you order JMO on like a Saturday night there, and they just like, because everybody's in there. I've noticed-
Drinking Taylor.
Well, I've noticed
Shit
on
like that.
Saturday nights, people will order shit and they order it louder
Oh, because
than they would because they want people to hear that
Yeah.
you're ordering whatever. And I'm like, nobody cares, man. It's okay. And they're like, yeah, can I get a Blanton's? A Blanton's that's with a B, old fashioned. It's like, dude, you
next
didn't even
time-
order it clean. Like you fucking like,
Fucked it up.
Next time we're in a bar where somebody does that, we need to go up next to him and be like, and I'll take a double Evan Williams on the rocks,
Yeah.
please.
Let me get some of that Kentucky gentleman
Yeah.
on the rocks.
Canadian mist.
yeah.
You have Canadian mist?
You just crossed the line,
Yeah,
sir.
that's too far. That's too
I
far,
want
man.
it in the plastic bottle. I don't like
What is
that.
it when you're pouring?
I don't like that glass shit.
Could I get an Evan Williams spritzer?
No, that's the white label. I need the black
Yeah,
label.
the black label, not the bottle that bonds.
I need the one that.
Do you
I
have
need
the
one that
green
you-
one?
I'll take a half of the most cheapest shit you got in here.
Yeah.
So, no. So anyway,
Give me a double half.
So I have a bartender that works for me.
Yeah, I've actually,
Yep.
actually, the dude I was
girl.
coyote hunting with this weekend was like, "How's Jazz's? What did he
Big
say?
titty goth girl.
Beer.
How's Jazz's
We're not going to get too specific here.
Thickums goth
My
chick
Thickums
working out?"
chick.
That's what he said.
She
I was
makes
like,
me. She makes me.
I was like, she's fucking crushing. I'm sure.
She makes me tons of money, and I love her for it. And her tips are ridiculous. Like every time I tip her out on Mondays,
Oh.
I'm always just like, tip. I put a P in there.
His wife is sitting directly to his left, laughing so hard right now.
The other ones aren't that great, but she still makes money, so I don't really give a fuck. I described her as a big bootied it's a big bootied coffee. I didn't get a big tittied goth girl. I got a big bootied cosplay girl. So it
Oh,
still works.
No wrong answers.
Nope. Not in my store.
no wrong
Either
answer.
one was going to make me money.
Fucking A.
And I'd been joking around for like a year and a half. I was like, I need a big tittied goth girl. Got me one. And yep, it fucking works.
Business savvy.
So she worked Saturday night. Sunday, she calls and goes, there was a guy at the bar that said some stuff and da 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 da.
Was he a big bald dude?
And I went,
I wasn't here.
and so
He was there.
Oh yeah.
He was at the bar on Saturday.
she did say it was an out of towner. But apparently this guy was like, hey, if I pay you, will you yell at me? Hey, if I pay you, will you fucking do this, that, and the other? Like,
What was her
Whoa, whoa.
answer?
was saying all this shit.
Hold on. What was her answer to that question?
And apparently she was just like, well, that's actually my husband over there. And like did all this passive no shit.
Dude, we don't kink shame.
Oh, I'd have been like, how much are you gonna pay me? What do you want me to say?
It was like $10.
Oh, you don't.
What do you want me to say?
No, you don't ask
Yeah.
that. You say what you want to say.
And so she does all this. And so she doesn't call me Sunday. She calls my wife.
How come nobody says that to me?
And I was like,
I do that for free.
I was like, okay.
I could be getting paid to be an asshole?
No.
What the fuck?
My wife's instant response was, did you call security? No. Did you tell anybody? No. Did you call us? No, you guys were sleeping. When it happened? Around 10 o'clock. No, we weren't. We purposely stay up past midnight on Saturday nights and Friday nights.
Yeah.
Because my store's still open.
Yeah.
So if something happens,
Probably watching on the cameras.
no, I don't care that much. So I have recordings. I don't need to fucking watch it.
Might as well
live.
be there.
I'll watch it tomorrow.
Well, so we have security cameras and shit like
Sure.
that. Like, but I'm like,
Did you pull the footage and watch this?
no, I don't. No. And so she talks to me today about it, and I was like, look, I'm not justifying his behavior, but here's what I will tell you. One, you have to draw the line. You're the bartender.
Yeah.
True.
So if you feel that he's too deep in his cups or he's whatever, you're the bartender. I sent you through the training. This is a red light, yellow light, green light, or green light, yellow light, red light state. Like, measure your client, and if you think they've had enough,
Cut 'em
take
up.
his card, run him, and say, your night's done here. I hope you have a great time.
Mhm.
And he's done. Kick him out.
Yeah.
And I was like, here's the other thing that I'm going to tell you. There is a phenomenon as soon as you stand behind this 2 feet of wood. And people are going to say shit to you that you're just not fucking ready for.
Yep.
You are their therapist. You are their confidant. You're their priest. You are also the target of whatever sexual thing that they fucking comes across their mind.
Everybody's sexier with 2 feet of wood in front of them.
And I was like,
10% hotter than everybody else in the building.
and I was like,
Every time.
And by the way, and she was like, well, I don't know if it's just because I'm the girl that works here. And I was like, nope, because you're not the first girl that's worked for me. My wife works here. And I was like, this is not you're a chick. The shit that gets said to bartenders is just fucking unhinged.
Yeah.
And I was like, so,
And people think they can.
and so,
The weird thing is that society in general
Think it's okay?
thinks it's acceptable to just say what the fuck ever to a bartender.
If no,
Yeah. It's weird.
And I was like, so here's what I am not okaying his behavior. What I am telling you is, if you're the one behind the bar, that's your bar.
Sure.
But, sure, my name's on the lease, but I'm not here. You're the one slinging the booze, which means if he's out of control and TABC shows up because an incident happens, they're going to look at the bartender. They're not going to look at me. I wasn't here. So you have to draw that line. I'm not saying what he did was okay. I'm just saying you have to draw the line. And she's like, well, then people said some stuff to me like afterwards that they couldn't believe what he said and whatever. And I was like, did any of them say anything during? And she was like, no. And I was like, then it didn't bother him that much.
Well, they're also just beta fuck.
And I was like,
twats.
now they're just pandering because you're the chick bartender and they think that's what they need to say to the chick bartender. And I was like, so here's how we're going to solve this. You're no longer on Saturday nights. And I'm going to put a male behind the bar because you're the only one having this issue. Out of all the bartenders I've had so far, you're the only one having the issue. And I was like, so if you can't draw the line, I'll put somebody behind the bar that can. But I don't pay you for me to come in and babysit.
Yeah.
I pay you to buy my time back because you're not doing anything that behind that bar that I can't.
Right.
So I don't know. And I'm like, I know other bartenders. I've bartended. Like, if you're going to stand behind this, you've got to grow a thicker skin. Like,
Well, she might have been a little nervous that what you were going to say if she did kick somebody out.
no,
You know what I mean?
Because I've told her
There's-
before. Because this isn't the first one.
There was never a bar that I worked in where the management or ownership didn't back their bartender.
Yeah. Well, that's the way it
I
should.
will back my people, and she knows that. And I've said it before. Did you call security? No. Did you tell your husband that was apparently playing on a table three tables away? No. Well, didn't bother you that much.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have told you this is a no drama bar.
Yeah.
So if the customer's causing drama, kick him out. And I was like, all you have to do is say, you're done at this bar tonight.
Right.
Especially if they're fucking not a local.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, none of the regulars do that.
Yeah.
So if it's an out of towner, fucking boot them. And I'm like, if they're acting like an ass, sure, you're a chick. I'm like, I'm gonna default to if you're uncomfortable, it's fine. However, if you don't draw that fucking line, and I'm not saying his behavior was okay, but if you let him get away with 3 or 4 or 5 jokes and you just kept giggling and doing whatever, and then like you can't sort of give permission and then sort of decide you're upset later. Like that's if it's your bar, fucking draw the line.
Yeah.
If he said some shit he shouldn't do, then I guarantee you after the first one, we've been like, hey, not at my bar and not to me. He'd have knocked it off. right then and there. And
Yeah.
he sat there and he drank his beer and he's fucking left.
Yeah.
I'm like, but you didn't. So we're going to pull you off Saturday until you feel like you're confident enough to actually handle that shift.
What'd she say to that?
Well, then it turned into, well, I mean, he probably just had too much to drink and da-da-da-da.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, that tip structure just
Oh,
changed.
you like,
and now
you
I'm
like Saturday money, though, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
I used to have a manager at a bar that I worked at, that I worked Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And Friday, Saturday were just Friday, Saturday night money. Sunday, you catch the evening football game, and you usually have a late night crew. And then Monday was usually all industry. And so I made bank on those 4 nights.
Those are good nights.
And I had a manager that, and it was kind of it was a win-win-lose situation. And it was a win-win because I was threatened with, if I didn't go in the back office and do a line of blow, I would lose the shift that I was offered that on that night, whether it was a Friday or a Saturday, because he wasn't there on Sundays or Mondays. But the lose was I had to go do blow in an office.
Yeah.
Which it's not every Friday or Saturday night that I wanted to do this, but it was for him.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it literally he threatened. And there's another bartender at work that said no, and they lost their shift. So I was like, well, it looks like I'm doing free blow and bartending.
See,
He
I'd have been
also-
the guy that lost his shift.
He was
Blow.
also previous before he worked there. He was a tour manager for Korn, and he drove a yellow H2.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
fuck,
it was
man.
awesome. So we called it the short bus, and we fucking trash talked this dude nonstop. He only
Yeah,
worked there
dude.
for like 6 or 8 months.
What a fucking tool.
Dude, totally.
Oh my
And,
God.
like at
Like
the
if-
time,
Like if you look up douchebag in the fucking dictionary.
at the time, I wasn't that mad at it.
Well, yeah, you're getting free blow.
But
If
looking
you're
back
blow,
at it,
shit.
I'm like, this guy was a piece of shit.
fucking A. Fucking A. Dude, I worked for a guy one time that was trying to bang every fucking female bartender in the place, and we had a lot of them. It was like a 3-story bar,
Yeah.
and the only thing was they would have me. They always put me on the fucking busy one because I was quick.
Yeah.
And then they would pair me. It was like a 4 bartender bar. It was a big ass, long ass bar, right? And they put me on the point,
Yeah.
which because it like came out like this, and then there was like a section that protruded into the crowd, and that was always me. I was always on the point, right? Either that or they would put me center bar so that I could run back and forth between everything, depending on which other bartenders were there. But every fucking time they did that, and then on the second floor there was a bartender. It was a 3 bartender bar, and it was 2 girls and a dude every time.
Yeah.
And then on the patio, the rooftop patio deck, it was always the same 2 dudes because one of them was the owner's son, and the other one was like his fucking like best friend, who incidentally was also Haley's man of honor at our wedding. So, hence how I got the job at this bar, right? Anyways, the same thing, man. Like he was trying to get up every fucking single one of them skirt
Yeah.
all the time, no matter what, and would fucking cut shifts if they fucking thwarted his advances.
Oh, wow.
And I fucking finally, but me being the oldest fucking bartender there, because I was the only one in my 30s at the time, and I like fucking walked up to him and I pulled him aside. I was like, "Hey man, I will fucking knock your teeth out if you fucking do that again." And he was just like, I was like, "You're a fucking bar manager. Manage the bar and fucking stop thinking with your dick." And he was just like, and I was like, he's like, "You can't talk to me like that." I was like, "This is my second job. You know my day job, I'm a fucking Marine, right?" I was like, I don't need this, man. I do this for fucking fun money and to get out of the house. I was like, I will fuck you up and feel just fine with it. I was like, do not fucking tempt me, dude. And he was like, all right. And he cut his shit off after that. And then he ended up getting fired. He was like the assistant manager or some shit.
That's the thing with my employees. So like, if I was her, I'd have been like, cool, give me the $10. Pay your tab and get the fuck out of my bar. And I'd have pocketed the $10 and I'd have fucking been done. I'd be like,
Fucking problem solved.
there you go. I yelled at you. Fucking,
Yeah.
you're done. But I don't
There's bars that you can go to that are like that. It's called Dick's Last
know. Dick's
Resort.
Last Resort.
Yep. I went to one
Did you
when
see
I
that
was
video with
underage.
that chick that went there and got abused for the whole time and then paid the whole fucking bill in pennies?
Oh, yes.
What a legend.
Yes.
dude.
I appreciate that.
And she went at like 11 in the morning right when they opened, so it was dead. She was the only customer in there. So this dude did nothing but focus on her. And he was like, "You're my best." She was like, "You're my best friend." Because I have no friends, which is why I'm here at 11 o'clock on a fucking Tuesday or whatever. And then she paid the whole thing in fucking pennies.
Fuck yeah.
I was like, and he was like,
Fucking legendary.
"I fucking hate you." And she was like, "Not as much as I hate you." And I was like,
I went there underage one time, and the bouncer was like, "Let me see your ID," and I was like, "Go fuck yourself." And he was like, "Yeah, you're good." I was like 20. The one in San Diego. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That was when I went there for Mr. Puniverse.
One of my favorite
When
ones.
Shea Sweet signed my dick. It was that time.
One of my favorite ones to go to. Well, not anymore because it's been pussified, but 15, 20 years ago, the dicks that they had in downtown Boston. Because you had the Boston accent, and they're just fucking miserable pricks anyways. And then they're encouraged to be assholes while they're working. And it was just so much fun. But then the pussification of that area of the United States has happened. And now you walk in there and they're like, I'm not even just kidding.
Who are the guys that do the fucking TikToks or whatever, and they're like just insult people on the golf course?
Oh, the back off challenge.
Yeah.
That's
Jazz and I were going to do that
That's
for a
country
charity
club
tournament.
adjacent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were going to do that for a golf tournament. They were going to
Yeah,
set
we got
me-
invited.
they
They
were
got
gonna set-
invited
yeah.
to go sit
They
at
were
like.
going to set Jazz and I up on a hole and just shit talk everybody. And I was
Oh,
like, let's
that'd be
go.
great.
I was
sit there
I
with a
was
cooler.
so prepped, and then it got rained out or whatever. But like, I was writing down content. I was just like, oh shit,
Yeah.
like,
We were going to fucking destroy people. Just,
and yeah, country club adjacent. Those guys have it. Now they get invited to other shit. Like they got to a pickleball tournament, and they were sitting there, and it was like a celebrity pickleball tournament.
Have you
Yeah.
seen the one? So I saw it on TikTok, and the guys that talk all the shit. There's some chick that has an OnlyFans for golf or something,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, have you seen the tits on her?
that's the video that I saw.
So
the
she does all of her drives in slow mo.
No, I know, but the guy, she was driving off a tee box, and he was there talking shit like they normally do, and she fucking drives, and he just goes, "Nice tits." Fuck.
She plays in like a camisole top.
Yeah.
So it's like this fucking hoifer thin shirt.
it's fit golfer girl, I believe.
And but she plays with no bra. And so
Isn't that Berdogie's old lady?
but she can legitimately play.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing is that
Yeah.
but and she plays in like a skirt that is like a cough away.
Yeah.
And
I think her boyfriend is another TikToker, another social media dude who golfs named Berdogie. He's the follow me or 3-putt for the rest of your life guy.
I don't
Like
sure.
he's fucking hilarious, man.
There she is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, that's not her. That's not Berdogie's old lady.
That's the one I watched.
that's the
I
one
mean,
I
that
was
one's
talking
that
about.
one's nice too. Yeah. I would watch this.
I'm a little concerned that you're worried about who's piping that instead of just looking at it.
I'd consume this content. Well, I'm just saying. Well, look up Berdogie's fucking old lady.
Just type it in verbatim.
Yeah, what?
Berdogie's fucking
Berdogie.
old lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spell that.
Yeah. BIRDBI.
Yeah, this is what I want to do, man. I want to go from that to looking at a dude. This is
Hey, that's your best friend.
D. Like bird.
which
O-E.
is why I'm
OGI. Yeah, there you go.
it's bird bogey in one word, by the way, in case anybody's trying to figure out where his clever name came from. Oh, he plays disc golf. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
He used to. Yeah. Tip on the fucking did you mean? Because you clearly fucking spelled it wrong.
Do you follow a dude that plays disc golf?
See that right there? Fit golfer girl. That's her fucking thing. Yeah. She's also nice to look at.
I'm a little
hold
more
on.
concerned that you ID her off her dude.
You
how
follow
I-
a dude that
that's how
plays
I-
disc golf.
No, he plays regular golf.
It was a picture of him playing disc golf. One of the first
Yeah.
photos that showed up when you Googled.
That's until he met her.
Yeah, maybe
It doesn't matter.
maybe he does. Maybe he used to. Shit.
The only thing I like about disc golf is that I can drink even more while playing disc golf, and I get better.
You know what I like about disc golf? I don't do it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Same.
It's fun. But literally, I have a disc golf bag, and it holds like my 3 frisbees, and then the bottom of it is just a cooler.
Is it
to
is it
carry
like a
beer
one
in.
shoulder satchel?
No, it's a backpack,
Oh,
but it literally holds beer. It's got a cooler built into it, so I've got like 3 frisbees, and then it just holds beer for the rest of it.
see, I couldn't lug a cooler around the course big enough to hold the alcohol I need to consume to be able to play disc golf.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you
No.
can.
That's all you need.
But
You
but
carry
the
that.
difference is that
Be fun.
like so when I go I do not walk golf courses.
Yeah,
Like
Oh.
for the pores.
that too.
Yeah. Even us poors drive, bro.
Disc golf, though, like, one, it's free.
Yeah.
Like, you don't pay to get on a disc golf course because they're all public.
It's a court
I have
behind the house.
I have a legitimate golf question.
Okay.
Okay. Because you don't
3 wood.
you maybe. But
Kevin Bacon.
you don't see amateur and novice golfers walking a course.
Nope.
You only see
Like fucking pros.
good golfers that walk the course.
That's because
They also have caddies.
I mean, maybe it's more of a statement than a question. I believe that they walk the course because it's a shorter distance than it is driving around it to get to where their ball is. But when you're like us and you suck and we have to walk the course, you know how fucking it might be a par 4, 350 yards.
Well,
I'm walking 1,000.
I don't like walking through the ponds or the sand traps. I take the golf cart.
About a year ago, I made a decision on the golf course. And this is the number one piece of advice I give to everybody. I made a decision on the golf course. I am not getting better by hitting at a bullshit.
Yeah.
And so if I send one errant and it ends up off in the trees or off in the whatever, I'm not hitting that ball.
Yeah.
I'm picking it up and I'm throwing it to somewhere where I can actually make a legitimate golf swing at it. And it's because I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough to consistently hit it from fairway to fairway unless I am hitting it onto another fairway. I'm sure as fuck not good enough to hit all these fucking rescue shots. So I'm not going to hit those fucking shots anymore. I'm not going to get any better at the game. And so
I have a better chance of hitting it from the fairway I'm on to the fairway
That's what I
next
mean.
to me.
Yeah. Same.
but like,
There's been many times it's like, I'll get it on the next hole.
so, so if I come off the tee box and I'm not in the fairway, I just throw it back onto the fairway and take that shot. I'm not going to try and hit this fucking rescue shot from the bullshit because that's not improving my game. And I'm not going to get to the point where I actually can play better
Right.
if I continue to hit from that bullshit. And at this point, I am paying to use the course. I'm not being paid to use the course.
Right.
So why the fuck am I following PGA rules?
Yeah. I'm out there to have fun.
Like the PGA pays those people to play.
Yeah.
They're not paying me. I'm paying to use the course, which means that I'm only going to hit shots from good locations.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hit them from bullshit.
Yeah. I played with a handicapped friend of mine recently.
Like a real handicap, not a golf handicap.
Well, it was funny because me talking shit. I'm like, hey, what's your handicap? Your leg? But so he got shot in Iraq. He got shot in the back and it fucked up and he doesn't have the use of his right leg.
Yeah.
Right. And he's usually in a wheelchair. Well, I was surprised to see him standing at the fucking
It's a goddamn miracle.
he's got a brace, right? That he uses to stand up so he could play, right? And surprisingly enough, the motherfucker's pretty solid at golf. He's pretty good, right? I was thoroughly impressed with
Can we
the
just
amount.
point out the irony of the guy that's making fun of the dude that can stand up in a wheelchair that uses handicap parking all the time that walks just fine?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. You go to combat 6 times and get shot fucking a bunch, man. Go ahead.
I've asked for your handicap placard.
I'll give you one.
Because it's on your plate. I'm like, you don't need the placard. And like, it's on the plate.
Texas changed the law. You have to have the placard now.
I mean, trust me, I get it. I fucking hate looking for parking.
Yeah. I only do that at SeaWorld or here when I know there's other people coming.
This one doesn't count.
This one doesn't count.
I've put my bike in that same spot.
I know.
Like,
You know what I
fucking-
did see? I did see a sport that I want to watch,
Okay.
and it is blind hockey. And the requirements for these people to play, they have to have less than 10% vision.
Huh.
And they put a whole bunch of blind dudes on the ice, 2 different teams, and they play a game of
Is
hockey.
it still a 5-man squad?
Yeah.
Does it got like
There's a
puck
goalie and
does
everything.
Does the puck beep or something?
Yeah, it makes noise. But still, it doesn't matter. It doesn't
first
matter
off,
if the puck's
dude,
being
Because
closed.
I watched blind
Try
baseball.
hearing a puck try hitting a puck that makes noise with
Try
your
being
eyes.
the fucking goalie.
Better be a fat dude.
That puck's going 80 miles an hour, beeping. It doesn't matter.
No, that puck better sound like one of those fucking old Nerf footballs and
I-
scream. You're like, oh, here it coming.
I actually love
Fucking
I love hockey.
yeah.
It's one of the few sports that I will consistently watch. Like
a great
I'll
sport.
watch hockey and I'll watch F1.
Yeah.
But I do not watch hockey because your puck handling skills are great.
No, I watch it for the fights.
Right.
I watch hockey because
We want to
there
see
is
you fucking
nothing
put him on his
like
ass.
I gotta go back to this.
an open ice check There is nothing.
Yeah.
Just fucking
Like, it was like,
ruining a
I like
weekend.
watching him get bounced off the boards. I'm like, no.
I like watching a yard sale at Center Ice.
Yeah.
I want to see
Every
the
once in a
lineman
while-
get fucking knocked on his ass in the middle of a scrum.
when you see a guy get open ice checked and his gloves come off,
That's it.
and not because he's fighting, because he got hit so goddamn hard
that's-
that the stick and gloves came off, and it's like
That's the yard sale. Shit's just everywhere. It's like when skiers or snowboarders go down the mountain and they fucking wipe out and shit goes everywhere. Fucking yard sale.
I got to go back to this blind hockey. So
It's amazing.
As a goalie, I would just lay down and stretch out from end to end, right? And I have a follow-on question. Are the referees also blind?
That would make the shit talking like true.
Mike,
What the fuck, ref? You blind? He's like, yeah.
Like,
blind? Obviously,
that's just
bro.
refs. Like that's just
He's out there fucking doing like lineman shit. You're like, you're facing the wrong way. Jesus.
Did they remove the icing rule?
Well, not if anybody sees it.
I'm just saying, like,
That's why if the
because you
refs
can
are
go to
blind,
pass
then
that
we're
shit
good.
and just nobody sees it, and you end up with an icing violation just
True.
cause. Like,
I'm gonna have to look into this.
Yeah. It makes no sense.
I'm really curious about whether or not the icing rule is still in play, or does the puck just get lost in
I was just looking. I'm glad. Thank you, Justin.
blind?
Because it's a legit, like
This is
USAHockey.com has things about it.
This is either awesome or lame as shit.
Chicago,
Who are you looking at?
Washington, New York, Denver now just started the team. So it was
That was their highlight. It was dude skating.
Look at how big the puck.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Well, that's fair.
Just had it right in the face.
That's a good defenseman. Just taking it.
He's missing some teeth.
He plays hockey.
Yeah. He looks like a hockey player.
It looks like he can see too.
So, but the requirements is 10% or less.
Okay.
Dude, that's so easy to fake.
Yeah.
I don't think
I'm
that's,
about to go fucking dominate blind hockey.
You know what, Mikey?
I say that, but that's like me saying I'd go dominate in the Special Olympics.
And then,
Or in
and then
women-
just get your ass whipped. by these fucking-
or in
Yeah.
women's sports.
Right. Yeah. There's not really a woman's
Yeah, don't be
professional-
stolen valor in hockey. Come on.
There's not really a woman's professional sport that I would excel in. So
Oh, I decided that I am now part of the LGBTQ community.
Oh, really?
I am.
Did you start in the shower?
No, I
we always knew.
I identify as a lesbian,
That doesn't. What?
but my pronouns are still he, him. So we're good.
Yeah.
And now I can now when I don't get hired, I'm going to claim an EEOC
There you go.
because I identify as part of the LGBT community.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the Qs. I don't recognize the Qs, but
Yeah.
the LGBT, I'll give them that. The Qs can fuck right off.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Did you hear that? Mikey just came out. He said he was gay.
yeah, dude, I'm part of the LGBT community now.
I'm
identify-
going to tell you right now,
I identify as an L.
my 2025, my 2024 golf season, I am she, her.
Playing from the ladies'
you
teams.
hitting from the Reds. You're hitting from the Reds now.
I figure if I'm paying for it, I can choose the length
Well,
of the
I mean,
course.
dude, I'm a lesbian now, so
Fuck
I'm in. Yeah.
paying. Well, yeah, I don't. Fuck it.
I did this so that when I don't get hired from jobs, I can sue them and do an EEOC because
There
I'm
you
part
go.
of the LGBT
That's good.
community. My pronouns are still he, him. Everything's the same.
Just go they.
Yeah.
You got to do shit.
Shit. Shit. Shit. Hitting that.
My
Your
pronouns are
hitting
Michael.
that.
My pronouns are Michael Jackson.
He just likes a long gaze at the anus. Anyways, this has gone on too long. So sponsors are in the description, everybody. Thanks for tuning in and listening to this fucking shit show that went on way too fucking long. Like, share, subscribe, smash those buttons, all that shit. I'm gonna raise my glass. Say thanks for being my freedom friend. Cheers, boys. Thanks to the Peanut Gallery for coming in and for the booze, man. It was, the slaying was very nice, man. I appreciate you, Court. Appreciate you coming through and sitting in. And
Your truck's still stupid.
I mean, yeah, he drives a Ram. We all know how we feel about that. So, anyways, like, share, subscribe, smash those buttons. 3 little things. They're not hard to do. Pretty easy words to live by. John, what's the first one?
Smoke on.
Scotty?
Drink on.
And God damn it, kids, freedom to fuck on. Later.